We're live. Welcome to Meet Me at the Table, the painting table. We are going to start painting some miniatures. We are going to work on, I've got some really cool miniatures this time. I wasn't sure what we were really going to paint, so I decided to go just on a whim. It's a game I've really wanted to get back to, and I haven't had a chance to do it yet, so I wanted to get the miniatures painted so that we can get back to this game. I had a really super fun time recording this game with Colin when I first did it, and now we're going to go back to this game, and it's going to be awesome. We're talking about Bloodborne. That's right. We're going to paint some Bloodborne miniatures. This is going to be super, super fun. I'm really excited for this. So I want to show you what we're planning to paint, how we're going to paint them, and of course, we're just going to do some chit-chatting while we do it too, because why not? That's the best part of this whole deal, is being able to interact with you as a community, besides the comments on the YouTube channel, which of course I do appreciate, and I love every comment and every email I ever get. And it's also fun just to be able to live chat with people as we get some of these miniatures painted. I'm attempting to hopefully speed run these paint miniatures, so we're going to go pretty fast on these. I want not to mention, mainly because there's not a lot that is there's not a lot going on in these miniatures, because they're the kind of the enemies more than anything else. The heroes I'm going to take a little more time on, but I'm going to show you the size comparison. It's pretty ridiculous. If you haven't seen Bloodborne, this is super cool, and I'm excited to show you everything that's out there. Nice to see all the people in the chat already. A Fateful Paper Cut is here. Nice to have you. Also, Matt is here as well. Matt, good evening. It is great to see you as always. It is super fun to have everybody here. Let's take a look at what we're planning to paint. The scenario we're going to do, I forget the name of the scenario, but that's okay, because that'll be super exciting when it actually happens. We are going to paint up some of them are from, the ones we're going to work on first are actually from the core game, but they're going to be used in the scenario we're going to play, and I'm not playing one out of the base game. Yes, speed run sounds like a plan. Yep, here's our plan already. We already got a plan. It's going to be speed running. Speed painting. Here we go. But the mission we're going to play in the playthrough is going to be from one of the expansions. I already did a playthrough of one of the main base games, box one, the core box, so I want to go outside the box. Or outside the box into another box, I guess you could say. So here's what we're going to be painting. Let's take a look. The first thing we're going to be painting is we are going to be painting up some church servants. These are from the core box. We're going to paint these up. Now, the card here isn't going to be the best for what we're going to try to paint it. It doesn't really give me a lot. From the top down, that doesn't help me at all. Here's the miniature. The miniature is out of control. This is a normal size miniature right here. I'm not sure if you can see the size comparison exactly, but the normal miniature size is right here. And here is the giant church servant dude, the giant church servant here. Or giant church giant. Here, okay, let me show you the right card. The church giant. That's what we're painting. We're going to paint the church giant. He's huge. He's right here. We've got 4 of them. We're going to paint 4 of these guys up real fast. Then I also have the church servants. These are the church servants. Again, they don't give me a lot to go on with the card here. It's just this tupper body part. So I actually did some investigating and found some good ways to get this going here. So I actually dug these up from the internet. You can just find these. Here's, I think, what we're going to try to go for the church servants. I think it looks pretty cool. I'm really a big fan of the dirty look to these, because I really want this game to look dirty and just overall just grimy is the whole concept of this. So we're going to go with that for him. And then here's what we're going to go for the giant church. Is something similar to this. Now these are from the community themselves. This, I believe, is somebody from, I think it's Brian from Board Game Geek. Again, I'm not going to give away names or anything, but I found this on Board Game Geek as a picture of something somebody did. I found the other one on, I think it was Twitter. His name is Adam something. Again, not going to use last names, but he did these. I found them. I just searched for pictures and I found these 2. These are the 2 I really like, so we're going to go with these. That's going to be fantastic. Spawn, good to see you here. Thank you so much for joining. Hello all. Bloodborne is on my list of games I hope to play someday. That is great. If you do interested in playing the game, I did a playthrough with Colin. You can check it out. This is going to be awesome. We're going to get back to it really soon. And the last one we're going to be painting are these celestial emissaries. I'm not sure if we're going to get to these tonight, but I'm certainly going to give it my shot. But look, again, this is going to be it should be pretty quick to get these done. It's all technically kind of one color. So these are going to be really fun to paint up and see what we can do with. That's going to be our plan. When people say they're going to speedrun Bloodborne, this isn't what they mean. true. For those of you that don't know, of course, Bloodborne is a video game. I honestly have not played the game before, but I have been getting closer to wanting to after my experience in Elden Ring. I've been having a fantastic time playing Elden Ring. It's been a lot of fun. So that's really kind of got me back to Bloodborne. And not to mention, Doug over at Mystic Eye Games did a playthrough of Bloodborne just recently, and again, it kind of invigorated me to get me back into Bloodborne here. So that's what we're going for. So we're going to start, really, I think the first thing we're going to do is we're going to get these church servants done, because I think those are going to be the easier ones. So again, let's take a look at our card here, what I should say picture, because the card isn't really helping us. So you're seeing just a lot of grays. You're going to be painting a lot of gray. I'm probably going to let that dry. And then we've got this lantern over here we're going to work on, and he's holding this like metal rod or something. Again, I haven't played the game, so I don't know exactly what these people are holding. Maybe that's kind of a rusty sword. You know, I think I might go with rusty. I'm going to make this really rusty. I'm going to make the bell rusty too, and I've got some tricks to do that. So I'm going to show you all that. I might even make the lantern kind of rusty and put just some yellow in there. All right, I think that's what we're going to do. So let's get to work. Let's get to work on these miniatures and see what we can do. So we're going to put these big giant church guys aside. We're going to get to them later, and we're going to start with the church servants. And then if we get all that done, we might even get to one of the heroes. Here's one of the heroes. I'm thinking about playing with her. I'm not sure who I'm going to use yet. That I might ask for help with. But so far, these are the two I was thinking about using, because I haven't used these two before. So those are the two we're thinking about using. But that's beyond the point. Let's grab some gray. So we got this balsamic gray, but really, honestly, this gray right here that I have on these miniatures right now is pretty good. So we're just going to start by doing a black wash on it. I'm just going to go straight down with Nuln Oil all over this miniature. And then we're going to move probably to another miniature, because this is going to have to dry for a while. That's going to be our best bet. It's going to be interesting watching you paint the Celestial Emissary. We'll see how that works. We'll see how it works. John, good to see you. Thank you for joining. It's good to have you here. All right, let's take some of this. This is going to be just a lot of gloppy on here. I don't think there's really not, yeah, if we look at the card, I know that the card's not really going to help us, but it is still that straight gray everywhere. I am going to go a little darker on the inside. I'm probably going to use like a darker brown, but we're going to start here and just all over this miniature, we're just going to use this dark, this gray here. That's going to be the deal. We're just going to make it with this Nuln Oil, go all the way through it here. I think this is going to be just fine. Again, I'm looking for more of a darker appearance on this, so we'll see it work. Have you primed them first? Yes, I did. Good question, Dungeon Bones. Yes, I primed them. I prime everything with this. Where'd it go? I have it here. I have everything primed with my gray. I prime everything with gray. Well, here it is. Finally found it. Oofda. It is right here. I primed everything with this surface primer. I run this through my airbrush, and again, I apologize for my sub pump going off in the back. So I do prime everything with surface primer. What's it called? Gris Carlo. I don't even know what to know. And I painted over the numbers. So that didn't help you guys very much here. 73 dot. I think it's 0100. I don't know, some numbers here. But if hey, I can scratch it off. How about that? Here, now you can see what it is. Genius, I'm a genius. 73.615. This is what I prime it with. That's my plan. I'm curious to see how you're going to get the Emissary Blue Otherworldly Glow. Yeah, I don't know if we're going to get any glowing, but we're going to get him blue. That's going to be the plan. Let's keep going on this miniature. Get this all this black, this Nuln Oil all over it here. I'm going to put it up on the hat here. Again, this is too much up here, and we're going to fix that. I'm going to get down in here, go all the way around the rim. Just get this black wash all through here, all underneath the rim here. Totally fine. We'll take some of that off and use it down here. And this might be even a little bit too dark. I'll have to adjust maybe. I might dry brush over this with some gray just so I can get to stand out, because that does look pretty dark. More dark maybe than I'm hoping for, but that's okay. I think it'll be pretty cool. So we're going to keep on going here. Get this all up in this area here. Down on top. There we go. And I think that's going to be about it. There's maybe one small section left that I need to get. And that's going to be just right here. Let's just get it with what I got left on my brush. It's not a lot, but it'll be enough. There we go. Get that on there. There we go. Hey, everybody's got some Nuln Oil over it. There we go. Just now I want to kind of streak down with it too. That's an interesting. I don't want it to pool, but I also don't want to. I want to kind of keep it going all the way down, streaks all the way down. So it does pool. It's more down near the bottom is where I want to pool it. I don't want it pooling up in this area. Now here's okay. It's pooling here. I'm totally fine with that. I think that'll be kind of cool. he does have his arms here. Let's see what we're going to do with the arms. I think the arms are also going to stay that gray, don't they? So you look at our picture again. Yeah, it's still going to stay that gray, the arms coming out. But his hands are going to be a black. I'm going to see if I can get a better picture for you there. So it's going to stay all this gray. Now, his gray is a lot lighter than mine. He probably just left it the gray of the miniature, but I want to get this kind of a little darker tone to it, which I think will be cool. We're going to go to our pot here, grab some more. I'm going to use my pot holder here. Thank you, Ryan, because otherwise I'm spill that, trust me. Let's see here, where we're going to go onto the arms. We're going to get some on the arms here, just like this. This will be our plan on the arms. That's a little bit too much, so we're going to adjust that as we go. We're going to pull some of it off of there. I'm going to put this over here on this side. Kind of quickly go through this. Again, this might be a pretty quick one. This is going to be the plan at least. I'm going to get the inside of this cloak too. There we go. And the underside of the cloak. There is some underside I got to get. Now there's a lot over here, so I'm going to take some of this off. I'm going to soak it back up with my brush that doesn't have much on it. That way I can move it to someplace else. Let's see, where else do we want to get? I want to get underneath this cloak here. That's one place we want to get. And I'll take a little bit more off on that side. Take a little bit more, some more over on here. We're going to take this off. Just like that. There we go. Okay. And we're going to get just on the inside of this cloak a little bit. If I hit this part of the outfit, I'm not too worried about hitting this because I'm going to be painting this with like a dark brown. So I'm okay if I hit it. Along with his socks and stuff, I think they're going to be a little darker color anyway. I think that'll be pretty good right there. I think we're doing good. We're doing good. This little bit up here is a little bit too much. Not a big deal. Just kind of bat that around a little bit. I'm really screwed that up. That's okay. We get it. There you go. You know, it's not supposed to be perfect. He's a dusty little fella here. There we go. See if I can get that off there. Yeah, that's good enough. All right. Perfect. We've got it. Okay, I think that's pretty good. Now what we're going to do is we're going to do some assembly line painting. So I'm going to take that miniature, put it aside. We're going to grab the next one, and we're just going to go to town. Take our Nuln Oil here, and we're just going to keep on going. It's called assembly line painting. It's when we just do multiples here. That's the deal. We're going to do a whole bunch of these guys all at once. That's what we're going to do. Come straight down this miniature, all the way down this cloak. Get it all on here. Just like that. That's a great question. Oh, Matt wants to know how the Barbarian turned out. At the end of the stream, before I leave, I will make sure to go get it. I actually was going to make sure to bring it in. I totally forgot to bring it out. But I have it. It's really close. And I will get it. That's what I will do. Let's see here. So, yeah. Sorry about that, Matt. I will make sure to get the mini before the end tonight. That is the deal. Hey, Barrett, my partner asked if you've ever played Everdale. That's a great question. No, I have not played Everdale. Is it something you think I may enjoy? If so, maybe I will try to check it out. I haven't had a chance yet, though. If I remember right, I've heard of it. If I remember right, it's kind of a... Is that the one where you've got a big tree in the middle or something? And it has to do with, like... If I remember, there's a big tree in the middle. And they had a few expansions to it, too, if I remember right. I don't know if that's the one. I could be completely wrong. But again, we are going straight through here. My wife is on as well. Nice to see you, Robin. We hang out more on YouTube than in real life. No, I am totally kidding. I am 100% kidding about that. Please do not ever quote that again. That is a complete joke. Let's keep going here. Get all down underneath there. There we go. And again, his cloak is pretty much done. One and done on that cloak. Let's make sure I got everything. His arms, we got a little bit too much on there. I just got to get his hat. We're going to go around it. Actually, I'm going to go around the brim first because I don't have much left on my brush. That way I can get this with just enough to make it look a little darker and dustier, but not overpowered. There we go. Just enough to get it around and around and around. Now we'll get a little bit more. Let's grab from right there. That's the deal. And go on the inside here. And something I forgot to do on the other mini that I have to do is his face. His face and also a white. So we're just going to grab a little bit. I'm going to touch a little bit off of there. That's the deal. And I'll grab this off here. All right. The Barbarian is beautiful, thank you. Yes, yes it is. I'm really cool. At least Robin's happy this is true. Robin is happy. I think it turned out really well, and I'm excited to show you guys later on tonight. I promise I will. Promise I will. Broccoli Dawkins. Yep, that's it. Big tree, build a city with cards. Good time with the family. Oh, it's a good family game. I should definitely check it out then. It's a cooperative game, or is it a competitive game? I forget which one it is. I think it's cooperative. And if it's cooperative, or at least maybe, or is it another genre I've started to actually enjoy is the competitive where you're not ruining other people. I think Wingspan is like that, where like you kind of have your own objectives and you really can't do too much to other players unless you really try to. We have a game that we've been playing. That was it. Destinies. Destinies is a fantastic game because it's kind of competitive. It's competitive because everybody wants to get to their own ending, but you're not really ruining people very often as you're playing, which is a really cool genre now. I'm kind of getting to that genre. All right, we're gonna continue on here. I think we're doing pretty good. We got a lot of that done in here, down there, up and around. There we go. I think that's good. We got his face, or its face. I don't really know if it's a he or she. All right. Put that one aside. I need to get this face. I missed this guy's face. Let's just put a little bit on the brush and hit his face. Pow. Right in there. Just right there. Pow. There we go. And I might go over this again with a white dry brush. I think it'd be pretty cool. Yeah, that'd be good stuff. Competitive but wholesome. It's Euro games. Yeah. Competitive but wholesome. People compare it to Wingspan. You're spot on with that description. Oh, okay, cool. That might be something to check out then. That'd be pretty cool. Did I get this guy's arm? I got that guy's arm. All right, yeah, we got everybody here. This guy's all done too. This guy's all done. Okay, 2 down. 2 more to go. Here we go. Let's get this guy's cloak. Boom, 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 boom. Let's go all the way over here. Start putting it on here. There we go. Lather. Lather on. Spin it, go down. It's kind of like tailspin. Spin it, tailspin. I haven't seen that show in a long time. There we go. Get more on there. Try to get under here a bit. I'm running out. Need to put some more on my brush. No, I probably got a lot on my brush, but that's okay. We're just going to go over it here. Run right down the cloak. There we go. Let's see how we're doing. I got a lot pooling yet? No, not too bad yet. Okay. And again, if I hit any of the model with miniature with this that's not supposed to be this color, not the end of the world, because whatever I'm going to be painting over it is probably going to be a lighter color. I know Nuln Oil is technically a black, but it's such a faint black that it's not going to matter. It's not even going to notice that I put this on here, except for the places we want it to be. I'm going to go up onto his color here a little bit. There we go. We get over here into this color right there. I'm going to get his face this time, not forget. It'd be awesome. And while we're here, might as well hit this hat. Let's go around the hat. Boom, boom, boom. Now, interestingly enough, what he's got around his head here is not gray. This whole thing here, this like cowl thing he's got that he wears, this like hoodie, is a different color. So I don't need to worry about painting that. And of course, I'll repaint these. We'll paint these little straps here on the bell. We're going to paint those a little different color here as we keep going. All right, get that painted right in there. I think we're doing okay. That one's looking pretty good so far. There's a couple more places to get, including his hat. Let's get his hat. Let's put some on here. And then it's going to be hat time. Just plop it all on there. Leave no stone unturned. There we go. Perfect. Let's get underneath here a little bit, even though I'm not thinking too many people are going to see under the miniature, but you never know. There we go. That should be pretty good. A little bit more in the back here. Let's get some more on my brush and put a little bit in the back. Let's do this part a little bit more. Whoop, almost dropped. Oh, I did drop him. How about that? A little bit right back there. Totally fine. And I think we're good. All right. There we go. Second one done. Or third one. We're on 3. How about that? Man, I'm on fire tonight. Let's get the next one done. Here we go. Cloak time. Just glob it on. Glob it on his arm. There we go. All over his arm, all over his cloak. Just get it on. Baseball season started. My team is 0-2. I don't know if they played today. Probably should have checked. Sad news here. That's okay. 2 out of 162 games, I think it's going to be okay. So if we go 160 and that's pretty, or in 2, that's pretty good. Not going to go 160 and 2. That'd be pretty amazing though. Be a lot on this brush, but that's okay. We got a lot to cover on these miniatures. There we go. We're going to go underneath. We'll hold it by its hat. There we go. And how we doing? Okay, we got a lot on the back here because, like I said, I just started globbing it on. So we're going to grab some of that and use it. And that's what you can do when you do this wash. You can grab what's already on the miniature and use it in other places. It's a cool thing to do. That's how you can prevent all this pooling from happening. Now again, if it pools a little bit, I'm okay. I'm okay with it pooling a little bit. I just don't want a lot. I don't need to be like super black. There we go. Let's see if we got any more big pooling areas here. We got to get right in here. A little bit more right there. There we go. And I think that's pretty good. Let's get his face. All right, a little bit on. Let's get the over part of his hat. Under part of his hat. Here we go. And we have to do the top of his hat too. First, get his face again. Let's get a little more of his face. His face isn't really loud. It's okay. It's getting there. There we go. Now, one thing about miniatures, the washing on like even contrast paints and miniature stuff like that, it works okay on like really flat surfaces like his hat, if you can tell, but if it does pool, it's a very just noticeable blop right in the middle. So it's hard to kind of keep. It's easier to wash things that have like a definite definition to them. A definite definition, that was a pretty awesome sentence. I'm going to use that again sometime. It has a definite definition to it. But if you're doing just a flat surface, it can be a little rough. Okay, so there we go. We got all of that done. That was pretty cool. All right, let's see what we got next. Oh, I'm going to get that fairy and show you guys what the fairy looks like. Here we go. Let's see if I can find it. Boom. Okay. Sorry, I ran away. Here it is. All done. People were asking about the fairy. So I got the fairy right here. I'm pretty excited to show you this. And I see now, when we left last time, I was working on this miniature. And I decided to use that pen. I've never used an ink pen on these. So we decided to use this with the wings. So I put an ink pen and drew in all the little wing parts of it. And so that's the final product right there. I actually think I should probably still do something about her feet, but like Bill said, this was a really good way to do that base. That base looks fantastic. And there's the wings. So this is the completed miniature. Used it on Saturday in Dungeons & Dragons. She didn't die. So her miniature did not get new miniature-itis, which used to happen in Warhammer. You used to get new unit-itis. You'd get a brand new unit. You'd paint it all up. It'd be super cool and ready to go, and then it would just like get hit and run away. And then it was away. I don't know if anybody ever played much of Warhammer, but back in the day when I played Warhammer Fantasy, I'd show my friend like, oh, I got this great new orc unit, and then like he'd shoot it, and then it would fail its panic test, and boo, there it goes off the board. And I'm like, oh, that's fantastic. So when you say win 50 games, lose 50 games, it's the rest of the games that decide the season. This is true. She looks great. Thank you, Matt. I'm glad you enjoyed this. Yes, the wings really pop. I appreciate it. Yes, thank you. They're really cool. I love how the hair turned out, almost metallic. Yes, Steve, it did turn out quite metallic. I was able to use that metallic paint, and it really helps things out and really makes things look really cool. And you can do it to any miniature you want. It's one of my most favorite things. It's just this metal medium. So it's a medium that turns any color into like a metal, which is a really cool thing to get. It's from, I think it's from, who is it from? Vallejo? No, medium metallic. Yeah, it's from Vallejo. So if you can find it in Vallejo, you can pick some of this up. I've had this forever, as you can tell by the cracking of the bottle. So I don't use it all that often, but when I do, it really is really cool. All right, I think our miniatures are pretty well done there. Okay, they're dry enough to continue here. Yeah. Okay, let's see if I can get a little more on it. I don't like that one part. This is going to be a bad idea. Good enough. Okay. This is the wettest one. I'm going to put him in the back. And I think the rest should be pretty close here. I think this is our first one. Yeah, this is our first one we did. And this one's dry enough to start with again here. So, there we go. We have a good husband when he humors and finds a way to color in the tiny black outlines for a miniature fairy wings, and I agree the hair really turned out exactly how I hoped it would. Yes, it did. It was a fun miniature to paint. It was fun stuff. We're going to put this Nuln Oil back. I am going to grab a dark, I think I like, let's try, should I try Gilliman's Flesh? I don't know. Let's see what we got here. Let's go from the top. Find a paint. Now it's going to be find the paint time. I've got Gilliman's Flesh. Oh, I got Darkroth's Flesh. I wonder if that'll be a good one. Let's take a look at what he used. Well, he still used that gray in here. And I don't know if I like the gray inside here on that coat. I want to make it more of a dark brown. I think that'd be cooler. Even though I bet it's gray in the miniature. Or in the game. But that's okay. We're going to do gray. We're going to do brown. I think I got like a red brown. Or I've got just a really dark brown. I think we'll go with the dark brown. That's going to be the deal. I've got a plan. Yep, here we go. Got a plan. You shake this up. I got a plan. We're going to use this. We're going to do what we do best. We're going to paint this dark brown. I'm going to use Wildwood on his entire outfit here. I think that's going to be really cool. I'm going to get some from inside the pot. There we go. Okay. And that's just going to be all of this. And it's going to be the whole thing. So I can go around to this side and kind of go right down. There we go. I watch out for the cloak. I don't want to hit the cloak. I just hit the cloak. Don't care. Mainly because it's so inside that doesn't matter. Also, I'm not too worried about that bell because I have a plan at the bell. I have a pretty cool plan. I'm excited to show it to you. So we're going to paint this with this brown. There we go. Alright, so see how I hit that? I hit that right down in there. Not a big fan of that. So let's see if we can get that off. So I'm going to get that off by washing my brush off. And I'm just going to kind of see if we can pull it off. Nope, not going to pull it off. That's okay. We're going to leave it like that. I'm okay with that. That's inside the miniature. It'll be okay. It'll be okay. I'll just try not to do that again. Alright? Let's get a smaller brush for this other part. Because I want to get inside here with the same brown. There we go. Right inside this little area. And I think we're going to do his top part here as well. He's got this... You know what? We're going the whole thing. I'm going the whole 9 miles here. If this was a character we're going to see a lot, maybe I'd do a little bit different, but I think I've got other things that are going to make this thing stand out. So the inside of his robe here is not the big deal. This is also going to be that same color. That's going to be the deal. We're going to get all of this. All of this is going to be that color. Here we go, straight through here. Okay, I think I screwed that up really bad. I'm going to have to hit that again. Okay. Mental note. Do the Wildwood before you do the black if you do this. Or the shading, I should say, because I'm hitting a lot of stuff I shouldn't. I could... No, I shouldn't. Okay. There we go. He's done-ish with the brown. Though I failed miserably in certain places here. Like really badly, actually. I'll have to go back and fix it. Okay. And that's the deal. Wildwood. Wildwood, you let me paint good. I paint everything groovy. Yes, you do. Oh, yeah, Wildwood. That's awesome. Baron, it's the whole 9 yards, not in miles, silly. I guess so. It's the whole 9 yards. I like miles. I think we're good. I think that one was, I'm going to come back to that one. We're going to go to our next one. That's this guy. Again, we're going to do this assembly line painting system here. So I'm just going to paint everybody with the same colors at the same time so we can get all this painted, and we're going to move on to the next one. Come on. Put it in there, and there some comes on. Okay. Let's see what we can do. Again, all this is going to be brown. And I've got a lot on my brush. A ton. So we're going to have to, we're probably going to be moving this around as we go here. Now again, I don't want to hit that thing like I did last time. Let's go down the line here. There we go. Hit that. Boom. Just like that. There's a ton here. Okay. And something I didn't do on the other miniatures. This stuff goes underneath here. That's something I really care about? Probably not. Probably nobody's ever going to see it, I bet. Unless I screw up. So why would I have done that? That was silly. And if I hit the bell, I'm not too worried because I got the bell paint I'm going to use will go over this. So I'm more concerned about hitting that cloak over here. Alright, we got that brown. Alright, quick before it dries. So I'm going to grab my smaller brush here. I'm going to grab some of this off of here. Still keep it on, but now I'm going to use it to paint right here. I'm going to paint over here too. There we go. Now we're going to paint all this and not screw it up this time. Be right down in here. Flip this miniature. It's easier to paint down into something if you're going towards it. There we go. Okay, I missed a spot here. I'm going to paint that a little bit better. Again, if I hit that bell, I'm not too worried. There we go. Now I don't want to hit the cord. I don't want to hit the cord because the cord I'm going to use a contrast paint on. But the bell I'm not. So I've got free reign to hit that bell. Okay, here comes the tough part. I got to hit this inside here without screwing it up here. The interesting thing is the test model is always the one. I always kind of use a test model first. I usually try to paint one fully. Even if I'm doing a assembly line work, I'll still usually do a test model first so that I can really see if what I'm planning to do works. But I think this will be just fine. I don't think I'm going to have any issues. We're going to come across there like that. Did I hit the face? No, I did not. Look at that. Oh, glorious. All right, I think that'll be good. Perfect. I think we're happy. Are we happy? I'm pretty happy. There. Okay. All right, I think that'll be good. He's got his brown on. Yep, he's got his brown on. We're good. Now, another thing I'll do is I'm doing assembly line painting, and I know I've screwed up, so I hit his cloak up here really badly with this brown up here. Look at this. All this got hit with this brown that I did by accident. So what I'll do is, since I'm doing an assembly line work, I want to remember that I need to go back to this guy. I have to get back to this guy, and I got to remember to do that. So in order to do that, I am going to grab my Gray Seer Gray. I'm going to put that in my paint pot right here. And then I'm going to put this guy right next to it to know, hey, I got to get back to this guy and I got to paint gray on him. Don't forget that, Baron. Otherwise I'd forget and I'd move on. And later, like halfway down the miniature when we're working on something else, I'd be like, oh yeah, I was supposed to do that. Totally forgot. All right, let's get the next guy, this next one done. Just the brown. And now we know what they're doing. These are going to start getting a little bit faster because I know what I'm trying to hit. Again, hit the bell, don't care. And I know on that first miniature I also needed to get under here, but I'm not too worried about it. I'm going to just leave it as is. Because when it's sitting on the table, you're never going to look underneath that miniature unless somebody physically picks up the miniature and looks under and be like, hey, you didn't paint under the miniature. Be like, yep, because why did you pick them up? Look under there. Does it really matter? There we go. No, it doesn't. It does not matter. I'm going to be bold and use this brush here. There we go. Bold here too as well. I'm going to come down from the top. Twist the miniature. You always want to, if you can, if you are at all able to, always make sure you're looking where you're trying to paint. Well, that for some wise words, but you can't get any better, wiser words than that. Look where you're painting. There you go. Okay. He's doing pretty good so far. Oh, don't like that. We're going to get right in there again. There we go. Don't like that. We're going to kind of dab right there. Okay. I want the small brush now because now I want to get these side parts here again. Got a point on that. Got a point on it? Got a point on it. Here we go. We're going to paint right in here. Okay. Got to get the other side. Here we go. There we go. How much of his face I hit? Not too bad. I didn't hit too much of his face. We're going to kind of paint it up there a little bit. A little bit. Perfect. Well, I think I need to touch right in here a little bit. Right in there a little bit. Perfect. All right. Good stuff. That guy's done. We're moving on to the next one. Here we are. I knew I was doing it wrong when I wasn't looking while I was painting. Oh, thank you, Steve. Yes, you cracked me up. Oh, you cracked me up as well, Steve. Steve, good to see you here. If anybody's interested, Steve and I we did a playthrough with Kanji Studios, if anybody knows him as well. If you don't, please go check out his channel. His channel's awesome. He does a lot of live playthroughs of some fantastic games. Steve also runs the One Stop Co-op Shop streaming channel called One Stop Co-op Stop Streaming Channel. Live channel, something like that. I'm terrible. I don't even know their own channel's name. I know my channel's name. That's half the battle. We just did. What did we do, Steve? We did Elroy. No, that's from the Jetsons. It just came off Kickstarter and looked really. We actually had a really good time playing it. It's something I'm probably going to jump into now that it's going to the Pledge Manager is going to open, and you can jump in if you want. I'm still thinking about going into it because it looked like a really cool. It was really fun. We had a really fun time playing the game. I forget the name of what it was, but if you're interested, just go check out the latest. Every Saturday, Steve and I do a co-op chat together on the channel, and we have a tendency to do it. Thank you. I knew Steve would come through. Steve, you have saved me. Malia. That's it. I really hope I said that right. We had a really fun time doing it. It was really cool. You played Deciphering 13 Pages of Symbology Games. This is actually the game we did play. We played a game called Figure Out the Symbols. If anybody has seen any playthrough of the game, Malia has a lot of symbology. And hopefully as the game gets developed, it's going to become a little more streamlined. But they're trying to do a lot with it, and it's a really fun-looking game. And at first I wasn't really sure I was going to like it, but after playing it together, I really enjoyed my time with it. And I think it might be something I'm really going to at least go with the core game and see what I think about it. That'll be fantastic. That'll be really cool. And yes, your name is probably a little more accurate. Steve says as well. Kanji also has some of the worst dice rolling you'll ever see. This is true. If you ever watch Kanji Studio, he does, sadly, not as good. Loquitur Gaming, thank you for joining. It is good to have you here. Are you painting some miniatures? I hope you are. If people are interested, please go check out his channel. Loquitur Gaming does some fantastic work. I was watching some of the Kingdom Death. I have to know, did you paint those miniatures yourself? Because if so, those are phenomenal painted miniatures. I haven't seen that good a painted miniature in a long time. If you want to see some good painted miniatures, go check out that channel. I'm going to put a link to his channel in the description of this painting video, so go check it out. It is really, really cool. The Kingdom Death stuff was absolutely amazing. I checked it out. It was really, really good. Oh man, I tell you, those are fantastic. All right, we're working on some Bloodborne today. For those that are just joining, we are getting. I have been, after playing some Elden Ring, I am getting back into Bloodborne, but as the what do you call it? As the board game, not the computer game or the video game. I never played the video game. That was not going to do it. 2-player Tiny Epic Dungeons today. Is it possible to win the game? It was incredibly hard. Neat. Oh, look at my screen. That's fantastic. Maybe I should do the right button on my thing. Now, that was the best video ever. Come on, don't have any way to edit that out. Well, I do, but I'm not going to. But we're working on these today. I did paint those. Oh, man, I tell you, I was watching. I was like, oh, my goodness, those are amazing. I don't know how you do it. I got to learn your tricks, man. They looked awesome. right now we are doing an assembly line painting work on these guys from Bloodborne, because then I can get them to the table faster. Since these are minions, I'm not too worried about how well they're painted, but they're still really big miniatures is the deal here. Now we've come to the point again where we need to... Oh, you know what? I think I missed the side on all those guys there. That's okay. And again, I have hit this inside here again, which is okay. I'm not too worried about it. Yes, so you want to see some painted miniatures, go check that channel out. It's on the screen right now. Go check it out. Super cool looking painted miniatures, and does a fantastic job of playing the games too. It was awesome. I watched a little bit. I watched some of your Kingdom Death stuff. It was really fun to watch. Really fun to watch. And there you go, Eric Schmidt. Tiny Epic Dungeons is a challenging game for sure. I do enjoy though. Andy Clark. His tricks is he paints under the miniature. Yes, that is my trick. I paint under the miniature. There we go. Paint. There you go. Good enough. We don't need... Yes, if you ever pick up my miniatures, you're going to find that I didn't paint under the miniature. That's my trick. More brown over here. There we go. I think he's got the brown where he needs to have it. I think he's good enough. Here we go. Let us move on to the top part. Oh, I hit his... Now, notice I hit his pole. Again, not worried about it, because this pole in the picture is more of a... like a dirty metal, but I'm actually going to make it completely rusted. I'm going to make... I got this really cool rust paint that I'm going to use, and it's going to be really awesome. All right, let's see here. I need to... Okay, we need to get the head part of this. I'm just going to take a little bit off the top. There we go. And we're going to try to get in here and paint this without failing. There we go. I think that looks okay. Come down there. There we go. Paint along his coat there without hitting the coat, because that would be tragic. Right along the coat, right along the hat. There we go. Why does he have to have this hoodie? Come on, man. And on this side, I gotta hit this too. There we go. All right, that's done. Boom. That part's done. What are we gonna do next? Let's get his hands. We're gonna do the arms next, the hands next. Okay, the hands, I'm gonna use this. I haven't used this before, so I'm gonna use this. We are going to use this paint right here. It is Space Wolves Gray. I've been waiting to use this. I think it's time. That's be the plan. We're gonna go down here, get our Space Wolves Gray all set up and ready to go. So we'll close that pot up. Before we do that, let's go back. Remember I said that I put this guy aside. I put this guy aside because we totally messed up on him. And we're gonna fix him. I'm going to take my Gracier Gray, which has seen better days, as you can tell. I've used this a ton. I'm going to shake it up a little bit. I might need to get a new pot of this pretty soon. Yeah, this stuff's starting to get a little old here, but that's okay. We'll take some of that out. We're going to paint that part. Remember, I hit right here with the brown because I misunderstood what was going on here. So we're just going to go right down there just like that. That should be good. We'll have to hit that again a little bit, but that'll be okay. And this, remember, I also hit down here pretty badly, so I'm just going to go across it, just like that. And we'll come back to that. We're going to come back to that miniature. He's going to be the last one we're going to do for that. Last one we're going to do. What did I say we're going to do now? Oh, yeah, his hands. So I've got my gray, Space Wolves Gray, and that's what we're going to use, Space Wolf Gray. Shake this guy up a little bit. Actually, this is one you're going to have to shake up a lot. There's a lot. I don't think this one's too bad. It's the other one, man. Apothecary White, that's one's out of control. Now this is going to be more of a blue gray, which is cool because remember his hands are kind of bluish gray from when we looked here. So he's got these bluish gray hands. They're kind of, and I like that. I like that bluish gray look. So we're going to go with it. I'm going to start with this guy right here. We're going to do that. Paint his hands bluish gray. One thing, another, I do want to show you something on that picture that I'm not going to do, and that's not because I don't want to, but I don't want to. So I guess it's because I don't want to. But I do like this bluish gray on the hand. Look at that color, man. That is such an awesome color. Look at that. Oh my gosh, that color is gorgeous on that. Oh man. Super pumped for that. Let's get some over on his other arm. What I'm not going to do, maybe I'll give it a shot. I haven't done this very often. See how he's got this like gray, what the heck happened there? Oh my, well okay, never mind that. My phone just died, which is totally fine. it had some kind of greenish tint to it over on this side, and he was doing some source lighting, and I'm not really a source lighting person, but you know, we might give that a shot. What is interesting is his face is already pretty darn close to how it looks in the video game, so theoretically you could leave the face since it's largely blocked by the hat. True. I'm not too worried about it. I'm just going to leave the face just like it is, like after I painted it. It has that kind of green to it, so that's the deal. Did you get Colin's copy of Townfolk Tussle? No, I have not gotten his copy of Townfolk Tussle yet. I also haven't gotten his copy of Unsettled yet, and that's another game I want to play. I played it a couple times with him, and I've really had a great time. I might have to borrow that from him soon. That he has a fully painted game of that, but I think there's only 3 miniatures anyway, so I don't know. Fully painted 3 miniatures. Still fully painted. It's still fully painted. So I do want to get that game from him too. I want to play that one on channel. I think that'd be a lot of fun. That's a really, really fun game. If anybody hasn't played Unsettled, that was my sleeper. That was my, I think, sleeper hit of the year last year was that one. So please go check that game out too. That was a very good one. And if you're looking for a playthrough, I think Kanji did a playthrough of that live. I know that. But we're going to continue on with his hands here. I do need to get his copy of Townfolk Tussle so I can play it on the channel. It could be fun. I haven't done it yet. That guy's last. He's got some work to do. Let's get this guy's arm done next. Next hand, I should say. There he goes. Blob it on. Glop, glop, glop. Let's get some more paint. Glop, glop. Ooh, that's a lot of glop, glop, glop. Maybe pull some over to this side. That's the beauty of paint. If you have too much on one side, you can just pull it over to the other. There we go. Need a little bit there. Underneath. And check it out. Man, I'm a fan of this paint. I just picked this one up. I haven't tried this one. It's one of my newer paints. I still haven't gotten a hold of the Army Painter stuff yet either. And I'm not sure, I know I was talking about this last time. I'm not sure if I'm going to until I start running out. If I have to start looking for a new color, I might go for that. But for right now, I think we're going to stick with what I got. Like, I got this space gray before the GWs, before the Army Painter stuff started hitting that. What do they call it? The Speed Paint? Army Painter Speed Painter? Or something? That's why I should probably get it, because I'm doing speed painting tonight. Again, not worried if I hit that cane, because I'm going to be painting that with a pretty thick color, so it's not the end of the world. Alright, keep on going here. Same with the lantern. We're going to do the lantern, a really cool thing with the lantern. That's going to be our plan. Done there. Okay, let's go back to this guy that we screwed up on. Let's fix him. I'm going to fix this guy. So the first thing we need to fix is... Wait, is this the right guy? No, that's not the guy. Where's the guy fixed? Here's the guy fixed. That's awesome. The green you're talking about is probably trying to recreate source lighting from the lantern, which produces a sort of white glow that is a very slight purplish tint to it. True. Yes, T. Clark, you're exactly right. And I don't know if I want to try to do source lighting, but maybe I will. Maybe I'll try to put like some yellow on this or something. We'll see. We'll see how if I'm bold enough to try that. Or just leave it as is. That's the other thing you can do. I'm going to get back my brown here because I did touch a little bit inside here. There we go. And a little bit right there. A little bit right there. Okay, now I'm out of control here. Try to get that off. I think I'll be okay. All right, whatever. And I didn't get inside his. I don't think I got inside any of these guys. This is the one we didn't get inside here. So let's get a little bit inside there. And I think I just hit the same part I tried to not last time, which is absolutely hilarious. Yeah, we didn't get inside there. We got inside that one. We got inside that one. Perfect. All right. All done. Okay. Now we got to get just a little bit of this Nuln Oil again for that part I screwed up on. When you're painting, you always got to sometimes go back and re-get stuff. That's a lot of Nuln Oil for that one small part. There we go. Boom. Let's get right here too. There we go. All right. Boom. Done. Kanji. Oh, we were just talking about you, my man. Kanji, nice to see you. Thank you for joining. Thank you for joining. We are speed painting some. Of these giant church servants for Bloodborne, the miniatures game. That is what we're doing. We are painting them up. We're going to see how it is. So it's good to have you here. That is what we're doing. Yes, here we go. Kanji Studio in the house. Steve is in the house from One Stop Co-op Shop. Nice to see you guys. We'll have to have you guys. You know what? I'm gonna have to start doing. Okay, we're gonna have to start doing painting with pals. So like as I'm painting, I'm just not talking to myself. This way I can have some other people on up in the corner, maybe up here or over there, and you can see them, and they can either be painting or talking along with us, and you can ask questions to them or myself or anybody you want to. I think that would be a nice segment, and we might do that about every other week. We'll see. Maybe about every month. I don't know if I have that many pals. That'll be the plan, maybe. We'll see how it goes. I got a lot of fun. There's a lot of really cool people out there that people should meet and see and talk to. Pretty awesome. All right. Let's go back and keep painting here. Let's see here. What are we doing here? We're done with the hands, right? We got all the hands? No, he's left. We got to get this guy. That's the deal. And then I think we're going to get to the meat of the fun. The meat of the fun? Is that even a meat fun? Meat fun. Fun of the meat. Meat fun. We're going to get to the meat of the miniature here pretty soon. We're going to make rust. Because this is Bloodborne and everything's kind of rusty and grimy and dirty. And we're going to do that. So I'm going to finish painting up all these little pieces of the hand right here. There we go. The hands are done. Okay. Now, I said I was going to do the rust next, but I think I'm just going to do the belt real quick since it's right there. That's just going to be easy. Oh, should I make it a fun color? Nah. Oh, yeah, we are. We're going to do this. I'm going to use this. I almost called it NASCAR. Nazgrad Drag Yellow. That's the deal. There we go. Let's see how this works. What's this? Buddy of mine did get some washed minis, but the wash was pretty garbage. What would you recommend to remove the paint? Primer. I would recommend just getting some basic gray primer. I use Gray Sear Gray just to prime the mini. And then even if you want to just go over it again with a wash of some kind, you totally could do that. Yep, you could insert. You guys are funny. It's one of the things you could do. So we're just going to put some yellow on that thing here. That's the deal. Painting race. We have a painting race. What's our painting race? Painting race, and Barrett and 3 other people will racing to see who can paint a fixed line up a miniature. Then each have to paint 4 identical minis from the game they all have. Oh boy, I would probably lose at that. That's the deal. Wow. Yes, you got a friend in me. Gas Kanji says. And yes, it was in Toy Story. Oh, I haven't seen Toy Story in forever. You guys are funny. Oh, funny, funny, funny. I'm not going to... I don't... Wait, did I hit that? Oh, I did hit that a little bit. Another trick to get paint off a miniature is just lick your finger and see if you can get it off. All right, there we go. I kind of got it off. But I kind of smeared that one too, but that's okay. I can go back. There you go. Perfect. I think their belts are all done, right? All 4 belts done? No. Yep, 4 belts done. Belts done. Put that back. How are we doing on time? I'm doing pretty good. It's only been an hour, and we're gonna get all 4 of these done. We're gonna get all 4 of these done in 2 hours without any problem at all. I think we're gonna get the hat. I want to get the cane now. Okay. How am I gonna do this cane? Okay, I kind of want this to stay gold, and this is going to be metal, but I want this to be all rusty. That's going to be the plan. Okay, so let's get some rust. So here's what I got for rust. This is the cool thing. This, again, is nothing. It's not rocket science over here. It's not like I'm inventing the wheel. Let's see if I can find everything I need for it, though. First, we've got this Raza Rust. This is a dry brush from Citadel, which is fantastic. And then I need another color first. It's kind of a double color thing, is the deal here. I just got to find the other color. What do I do with it? It's here somewhere. Here it is. There you go. Typhus corrosion. That's what we're going to use. So we're going to paint this with Typhus corrosion. And it's kind of this, it's a technical paint is what they call them, so they're kind of weird paints. So what this is kind of a really yucky looking green and gray that's kind of got some junk in it. And what I mean by junk is it's got some like already tarnished, like it's almost kind of got like real small bits of sand in it. You can't really make them out. They're so small here. We're going to paint this whole thing that color, though. That's what we're going to do. I don't know if anybody's tried this before, but this is what we're going to do. We're going to do it on there, and we're also going to do it on the lantern. I think it'd be really cool to have this lantern doing it, too. I mean, kind of this corrosive lantern here. So we're going to paint around the lantern. Now, I'm going to actually have to go back over with Gracier, probably event 2, is once we get done here. You'll see why in a second, but we're just going to kind of paint a little bit there. Go around the entire lantern. I'm going to do my best here. Maybe I should have done this first. We'll see how this goes. Oh, I could probably just paint over the real paint. I'll just do a wash. Yeah, we'll do. Okay. We're going to get some of that there. We're going to get right in the back of this one too, right back here. I don't know how we're going to get that with that. Okay, so this doesn't look rusty yet, but once you get the two together, it's going to be magical. We're going to paint the other ones first. So that, oh, and I want to get the bell. The bell will look cool too. It's rusted. Rusty bell. I think it'd be a cool looking rusty bell. See, that's why I didn't care if I hit the bell with the paints earlier. Because this bell's going to be all rusty. That's going to be the plan. And that's the deal. Steve, they really need to be stripped, and you can use a cleaner called LA's Total Awesome. That is true. You could do that. If it's really bad, you might need to strip the paints off, and that's the bad. I don't know how long you soak them, but there's a YouTube channel. Yeah, there's very, very true. If you really want to get this done, there's some YouTube channels out there that teach you everything you need to know. Green and gray with junk and sand in it. So you're painting with swamp water. Yes, I am. That is it. One Stop Stream. Thanks for the suggestion. Now Steve has turned to his One Stop Stream channel. As I work on stuff. Well, that's awesome. Thank you for doing that. Steve is going to keep listening while he's working, probably getting stuff for his live stream. What are you doing next, Steve? This almost looks diseased. It does. Doesn't it look really diseased and yuck? Oh, it's so cool. Such a good color. I like this color. That color on the lantern is sick. It's pretty close to the video game already. Oh, really? Huh. Maybe I might just keep it like that then. I might keep it like that. I'm going to get right in here. I don't know. See, now the thing is, I don't know how much of this I'm going to be able to get with the other paint I'm going to use, but that's okay. I'm going to keep it like this. Still looking for final touch. Yep, there'll be some final touches. Final touches. Don't worry, they're coming. And we're going to get the other ones done. So we're going to put that guy aside. He's done. Next. This guy. This guy's next. He's going to get the green all the way down this thing. Here we go. All the way back up, all the way back down. Try to get it without getting the hands best we can. All the way down. There we go. And I hit the base. Don't care because we're going to do some basing on that, so it's not going to matter. I'm going to probably use that same stuff I used the last time we did a basing. It's a couple times ago. I touched it. That's my favorite. There we go. Boom. Get the lantern. This lantern's kind of a tough thing to paint. That's okay. Here we go. I'll get it right around here. I have to put a point on it here before I go any farther. I don't have a point on my brush. My brush's point's kind of lost while I've been painting other stuff here. There we go. Get that on there. Okay. Let's shoot that. I think it was John Donna who wrote, "Do not ask for whom the bell tolls. It tolls for Phil in accounts receivable." Oh, sadly, I don't think that might be one of the first references I don't know. I'm so sorry. I failed you. I'm going to get right down here. We're going to go straight down this, like that. There we go. Up on top. Right down on this one. Just barely touching it, and right across. Up on top. There we go. Again, right on top. There we go. So I've been a huge fan of the game Drake, right? The Uncharted series, right? So they came out with a movie. I was like, sweet, I should go see this movie. That'd be great. Guess who went and saw the movie this day? My wife and kid went to see the movie. I'm like, why can't I go? I would like to go. No, instead I rearranged my kid's room, which was good. You needed to rearrange because it needed some work. But I'm gonna have to see Drake's when it comes on video. And I know a lot of people have said it's not the greatest, but I still like Drake's. I still like Uncharted, and I think I'll really enjoy the movie. I mean, if anything, it'll be a fun little adventure. There's Belle's gonna be awesome. Just wait. Sadly, did I miss some in there? Might have missed some brown, so I'm just gonna paint it with this. Okay, I need a little bit more on the brush. Maybe that's the problem. There we go. Just ran out of paint. Okay. A little bit here. Go around. Here we go. Don't want to hit his arm, and you know what? I think I'll be okay if I just stop there. There you go. Perfect. It was an English poet. Well, that'd be my problem. You may be shocked. I was not an English major, so I wasn't really good at the poetries and all that. Maybe I should probably brush up on my poetry a little bit. My wife is the one that's inside. Oh, my wife is still awake. That's great. It was a good movie. You snooze, you lose. You should have thought of it first. I probably should have. I saw Uncharted and I thought it was great. If you like the video game series, you should like the movies. Good. That's good to hear because that's what I really enjoyed all the games I played. I played them all. I think I played them all. Yeah, I enjoyed all of them. They were really, really fun. All right, we got 2 more to paint with this corrosion here. Let's get this one painted up with the corrosion. He's going to be, I guess you could say, who's the one who sings? Is it? I don't remember. I was going to make a song reference, but I remembered I didn't know who had sang it, so I didn't want to do it. Is it Papa Roach who sings the Down with the Sickness? Because that's what this corrosion's probably doing. I mean, yuck. Look at this. It's all rusted. Would you ever want to get hit with this rusted pipe here? Ugh. Or is it a sword? I don't even know what this is. Probably a pipe. You know, if I remember right, isn't this the game where as you're like killing and defeating monsters, you can kind of get their weapons too? I don't remember. Again, like I said, I haven't played much of this one. I don't think I played any of it. Now I think, oh no, there's the bottom of it. Disturbed. Thank you. It was Disturbed. Okay, thank you. Thank you. It wasn't Papa Roach. There's a song. See, my song knowledge failed today. Movie knowledge failed today. My poetry knowledge failed today. I'm just a failure today, I tell you. Good thing my ego can take it. We get under here in the bell. Because you never know. There you go. Boom, right there. Thank you. Thank you. Sung by Disturbed. Gotta get under this one too. I didn't get under any of these. Oh, I didn't get under the lanterns too. Look at this. See, I'm forgetting to paint under the miniature. There you go. Paint under the miniature, Barrett. There you go. That one's done. Let's get under these miniatures. That one's done. Ah! Funny thing, I decided to get into this miniature. I mean, oh, that was spectacular. Look at this. Look at that. That was gorgeous right there. That one, going to go over that again with some Gracie or Gray to fix that. Get on top of this lantern there. There we go. Alright, need some more paint. Let me get some of this paint off my brush so I don't want it to dry on the brush. Whoa, I'm brushing it for a ride. Let's see. I did finally beat my 3rd boss in Elden Ring. I don't know if anybody's playing that game, if anybody plays video games, but it was a lot of fun. I've been having a great time playing. I didn't think I'd like it, but I do. Because I'm not a fan of dying over and over again and not being able to figure something out and getting frustrated by it. Which is kind of ironic because I play Kingdom Death. No, I'm kidding. Keep getting killed by the same monster over and over again. There we go. That one's done. A bit on there. Okay. Bell's done. Sword done. I want to hit down here a little bit more. There we go. Okay. Now we got one left. One left. Here we go. One left. Straight down the sword or pole. I haven't figured this out yet. Cane. Here we go. Yes. Glad you're still on my side, Matt. Like I said, once you get, I mean, it's easier if you're on like the fourth one. It's a little bit easier because you know what you're painting and where you're trying to hit. First one's always a little rough. Which, like I said, I usually do a test model of each miniature I'm about to paint, but I didn't for this one, and that's okay. Now, I did miss some brown there, but that's okay. We're just going to do it with this corrosion instead. It'll be just fine. Yeah, perfect. Good. That corrosion really didn't go over the brown as well as I was hoping it would. But that's okay. I think we'll be okay. Once you see the next part, it's going to be pretty sweet. Got some lantern action here. We'll be doing another live play coming up on Wednesday. I got to set that. I think we're going to do... I like to do Bloodborne, but I don't think we're going to do Bloodborne because I still got to paint a couple other things for it. What I think I'm going to do is I haven't played the Legendary Encounters Aliens game on the stream yet. Maybe we'll do that. That sounds like a fun game. I like that game. It's a fun game. It's even a game that my wife even enjoys that game. But she won't be around, I don't think. She'll be upstairs putting the kids to bed. Because there's my sub pump again. That's awesome. And don't forget the bottom of it. Don't forget the bottom of the bell. There we go. Boom. Alright, those are all done with that part. This is going to be really cool. Alright. If you have any contrast, lighter browns or oranges, you can put little spots in to add a rust effect. True. Good luck with the rest of the painting. No more spring break for me. Good night. Good night. I always approve more Legendary. Yes, if anybody knows, has watched any of One Stop Co-op Shop Stream's channel, they do a lot of Marvel Legendary. I'm going to do the Alien one, though. That'll be a lot of fun, I think. He's going to watch Uncharted without you again. Yes, probably. Probably is. Oh, that's probably what's going to happen. Yes, it's fun stuff. There we go. Let's go back down here. All right, let's see here. I am now, let's see, I think this should be, might not be dry enough yet. So we're going to go down here. I lied. I'm going to hold you in suspense a little longer. Hold you in suspense a little longer. We're going to get the top of it done. I think we're going to get the top of it. Like I said, I do want to use that gold. And I think I want to use just, okay. Yeah, I like your idea. Loquitur Gaming, if I pronounce your name right, I probably have failed every time, has a really good plan. I'm going to try this. A lighter brown or orange, you can make spots appear kind of, yes, we're going to try that. Except I'm going to try it, it's probably not going to be exactly how you're expecting me to try this. I'm going to try it on top of like a gunbolt metal. We're going to try that first. I'm going to put a little bit, okay, by the way, I know I've said, since I think as I started streaming painting, I've been saying I'm going to get a new bottle of this. I have yet to get a new bottle of this. It's been used so much that it's all the paint has dried to the top. And that's okay. So I'm just going to pour a little bit out here, and that's fine. There we go, a little bit on that thing. There we go. Just cap it back up. Who really cares? Not a big deal. Ooh, shut that up. There you go. Boom. Just like that. And we're just going to paint the top of this with it. Right across here. Oh, even though I could make this like a brown, like he's holding it. But I really want to make this whole thing metal. Some type of metal. I think it'd be really cool. There we go. All the way around. That one's done. Next, this one. All the way around. There we go. Thank you. You are helping me realize I have been pronouncing the game wrong. Loquitur Gaming would be a cool name. Yes, probably that's just because I've been watching too much Star Trek lately. Oh my gosh. Though I have to watch the new Picard stuff. I have not seen the Picard stuff, the second season. I was going to start it, but I had to watch Star Trek Discovery first. just because I'm a big fan of that show too. I like Discovery. I like all the Star Trek stuff. I even was watching the one with Janeway as the hologram of the ship. I haven't finished it yet though. That one's even fun with the kind of the kids and stuff. I think that's a pretty good show too. I like all of them. I like Star Trek, like Star Wars, I like sci-fi in general. The only genre I don't watch anymore is horror. I can't do horror. I can barely do horror games. Resident Evil is about the best I can do right now. I can't do anything worse than that anymore when it comes to scary. There we go. Metal's done. Boom. Okay. Let's get the gold on there, and then maybe we can do the neat little trick. And hopefully I don't screw everything up. Let's get... where's my gold? Here it is. Got it right here. Whoosh. Retributor Armor Gold. Oh, one of the best golds ever. I love this gold. All right, let's put that on there. We'll put it around the wrap, which I'm probably going to screw up later, but that's okay. On the wrap right around here. Just like that. Perfect. A little bit of metal, but that's okay. There's my gold. There it is. That one's done. Next, this one. Get the gold on this one. Hit the metal, not a big deal. I've got more metal, I can paint over it. And that's kind of the difference between real paints and contrast paints. You can actually paint over the top of these if you failed. Not a big deal. Resistance to subscribing would be futile. Futile. Oh my gosh, that is awesome. Oh, you are amazing. That is so awesome. I love it. Oh, that kind of must make me want to change my channel name. That's pretty amazing. You could say that after each thing. That'd be amazing. Keep on going around there. That one's done. Oh, now that one's on the floor. That's the best part, is when it's on the floor. My goodness. That was fantastic. All right. It's still okay. It's still gold. Not too worried. And you know what? I'm not even too worried about that metal. Me hitting the metal part on that. So I hit that one too, and I don't care. Again, tabletop quality is what we're going for here. And this has started to dry, which is good. The stuff I'm going to be painting next is dry, which is good. There we go. Perfect. Now it's done. Yes, my Dungeons & Dragons group was really fun this weekend. They had to fight an alchemist who was doing experiments on a vampire. And it was kind of fun because I kind of I made up some potions. Like I made up a grenade potion where he could throw this out. He had a potion that caused darkness, which was pretty neat. It was pretty fun. Another Baron's secrets. He throws... It's true. It's one of my secrets. I throw them on the floor and then they disappear. I don't have to worry about painting them. That's the deal. Death seemed like a board game version of horror movie. It would never question if anyone was going to die. It was a question of who and how badly. This is true. Kingdom Death is so good. I love that game. So good. I gotta get back to that game. That game's awesome. I'm waiting for the gambler's chest, and I'll be coming back to that one, no problem. That's a no-brainer on that. I think it'd be really cool to see some of the neat stuff that's in store. I think he said it's like going to be like a whole new campaign now. Again. Though I even could come back to it now and still enjoy it, because I've got so many of those extra monsters that I haven't even used. I mean, a lot of them are still... Maybe I should do that. I should maybe build one of those someday on the channel. Because I haven't done any miniature... I've done miniature painting, but not any miniature building. And I can show you all my little tricks and secrets for that. Though there aren't very many secrets or tricks at all for that. Okay, build's done. That'd be good. Throwing them on the floor adds texture to the bases. This is true. It adds texture to bases. Oh, that's what I should do. All right, we're going to now. I'm going to use this Ryza Rust. This is gonna be really cool. First I had my doubts when I first tried this, but this actually is pretty neat. So hopefully you'll enjoy this. This will be pretty cool. All right. What we're going to do is we're going to take the paint pot. It is a dry brush paint, so no paint is ever going to come out of it. It's a thick, gooey paint. It's a technical paint. It's a dry brush paint. It's a paint from GW that is used only for dry brushing. So we're going to grab our finest dry brush I have because I don't want to hit any of the miniature. A lot of the times when I do dry brush stuff, I want to do that before I do a lot of other neat things. But this time we've gone a little bit different. So I'm going to take my little thing here, and just like all other dry brushes, you're just going to get most of it off of there. Then watch this; it's really cool. I'm going to come back over this thing with this, and it's going to look kind of rusted. Look at how cool that looks. That looks really cool. I'm going to get up a little closer here, so you kind of come down this whole thing. And what this paint is picking into is it's picking into all of those sand little particles that were on this thing. So look how it kind of looks rusted. It's really cool. Again, I want to try not to hit parts of the miniature that are not painted with the green stuff, or the green barfy color. So there we go. So as you can see, look at how that looks kind of cool now. It's all rusted. Neat, huh? I think that's neat. We're going to do that again. I'm going to brush off some of that on my thing here. Where you get the little top part here, just a little bit. Again, trying not to hit the arm, and that's the problem, is if you do it after the arm, after you've painted so much of the other stuff, it's kind of tough. So we're just going to kind of come down with it, off of this, like this. And we're going to just hit it lightly. And I shouldn't say lightly, I'm actually digging into this miniature quite a bit, because there's not a lot of paint on this. But that looks pretty neat. And we're going to kind of go back and forth across that. I'm going to come back and forth across this area up here. I'm going to get a little more on my brush. Oh my gosh, this is awesome. There we go. Look at how cool that is. And even decide, you know, I think that's not going to be okay if I hit it. I think it's okay. There we go. Get more on my brush here. That's the problem. There we go. Now I might have too much. We'll start doing it on the bottom so we see if we have too much. I think we're okay. This Rise of Rust, man. Thing looks pretty awesome. So there we go. Check that out. Look at that. Rise of Rusted thing here. I'm going to get a little bit closer to his hand there. See if we can get it. Oh, did I hit his hand? A little bit. That's okay. See, it looks pretty rusted on the thing there. And that pole looks kind of rusted up here. Get a little more on that pole. That's the deal. Steve, time for you to head out, man. Thank you for joining me. I'm super glad to have you here. Thanks for coming by. We'll meet me at the table next time. We'll be doing some fun stuff. I don't know what we're gonna paint next. Maybe I'll do some assemblies. Maybe I'll do some painting. But we do have a live thing of Legendary Alien coming up. And on top of that, I did finish my Nemesis campaign, Untold Stories Volume 3. First mission has been, I recorded it, so it's all set to go. I just gotta finish editing. It'll probably be ready on Monday, so be prepared for that. Well, it'll be awesome. I hope to have it Monday, maybe Wednesday. We'll see. Whenever I can get to it, that'll be the deal. There we go. Rusted Bell, even Rusted Bell, super cool Rusted Bell. I'm gonna put a little more on there and see what happens. Okay, that's a little bit way too much. Let's get that off there. It's out of control. There we go. More on there. More of the rustier. Oh, it looks even better. There we go. Okay, let's get the next one. Oh my gosh, that's amazing. Oh, I forgot the top. Oh, look at this. Forgot the gold on top there. Not a big deal. I'm impressed considering you never played the video game. This looks remarkably faithful to it. Well, thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I never played it. But, you know, I have to admit, I am kind of going off some of the card. And I've been going off some of the other pictures that people have posted online of their painting of it. I wish I could show those to you again, but I have my phone is super dead. So that's not going to work. Good news is, if anybody needs to get hold of me, they can't. Ha ha ha. I'm just going to run this up and down as many times as I can here. Now, the dry brush is not really mattering what I'm doing to it. That's the deal. Because it's just a dry brush, so I'm not trying to keep a point on it. The dry brush never really keeps a point. I keep a point to keep a dry brush. That's pretty funny. Right? That's pretty good. Morgan Knight, good evening, everyone. It is good to have you here. Thank you for joining. We are working on some Bloodborne miniatures. I'm glad you're here. Thank you for coming on. I am working on putting rust on my miniatures, and this is amazing because I'm having a lot of fun doing it. Because I didn't know how good it would work, and it actually works out pretty darn good. It's working way better than I was really hoping it would. So let's continue on with the rust. But good to have you here. Thank you for joining. What I'm doing is I'm dry brushing this Ryza rust on top of my Typhus corrosion. Now this is a duo set. That, I mean, this is two. This is how you do it according to GW. There are probably other ways to do this. Again, I'm kind of a GW fan here, more often than not. So they had invented this whole system where you paint the one kind on top and then you paint this after it, and then it becomes like this rusted color to it. And it really does a great job. As you can see, it's like all rusted. It looks really cool. Of course, if you hit their hand then becomes orange as opposed to rust color. But it's not the same color. It's the same color, not the same color at all. Get some of this more paint on here so we can do the lantern. Let's do the underside of the lantern here. There we go. Now let's do the side, this side of it. Side of it. And again, if I hit the inside of the lantern, I'm not too worried about it because I'm going to paint over that. I'm really going to have to work on this one because I really botched up on the lantern a little bit on this one, but that's okay. And there we go. There we go. This one's done. I'm going to put this, now again, same dealie. I'm going to put this to the side next to my, what is it, the Gray Seer Gray. I'm just going to put that right next to it. So I know that when it comes time to fix him, he's going to be standing right next to his Gray Seer Gray. So I'm going to know that after the step that I'm doing, I have to fix that miniature. That'll be the deal. Let's move on to the next one. That's the deal. The Dungeon Dive. Hi, everyone. Happy Sunday Game Day. Yes, it is Happy Sunday Game Day. Oh, my gosh. It's super good to have you here. I hope you are well. Oh, my gosh. If those of you that don't know the Dungeon Dive, then there's something wrong. He is probably the most informative person on the planet when it comes to dungeon crawls. He knows more than anybody else. Go check out his channel. It is amazing. He does an absolutely fantastic job. He's super fun to watch. He not only does playthroughs, he explains everything about it, what he likes about him. He's like the ultimate dungeon crawler guy, and he covers all different things. He's absolutely amazing. He's super awesome. So go check that out if you like dungeon crawl. When I did my Shadows of Brimstone playthrough for Forbidden Fortress, he just happened to be doing a in-depth look at Shadows of Brimstone and what you should be purchasing, what you could purchase, and all these other, everything about it. And it was super cool. So I made sure to put a link to it in my videos because it was so fun to watch. And it really turned me on even more to it. It was fantastic. Oh my gosh. I need to get back Shadows of Brimstone. It's another one. There's so many awesome games to play that I need to play some more. Oh my goodness. But yes, go check him out. Fantastic. He's super, super awesome. Daniel at the Dungeon Dive. That's what you need to do. Go see. Let's see what we got. I need to pick up some technical paints. Yes. the texture paint soon. I'm brand new to the painting thing, and I haven't done much other than the very basics so far. And that's fantastic. You just need to start with the basics and go from there. The basic stuff is super fun. It's just super easy to, kind of have to mat it on. And like I've told a lot of people, there are some great channels out there that you can check out on how to do these kind of things. There's Rob's Gaming Table, or Rob's Tabletop World. Sorry, Rob's Tabletop World does some fantastic painting. Rob's Gaming Table does fantastic work. Mel over there is a fantastic painter. You can check out some of the stuff she does. They all have neat tricks and tips that you could probably learn from. I've learned a lot of stuff from Rob's Tabletop World, from all the videos he's ever put out, and also just other channels out there. And if like you're looking to try to do a certain thing, like there's one time I wanted to learn how to paint blood onto a miniature, so I typed it in and boom, there was like 3 or 4 videos on how to paint blood onto a miniature. I took one of them and I went with it, so it's kind of cool. But no, you're not. You're flattered. I'm just a guy who likes some stuff. But you do a great job at the stuff you like. Barrett, have you played any of the Legendary Encounter games? If so, any favorites? Legendary Encounters. Yes, I have. I actually my favorite one is the Legendary Alien one, and I'm gonna do that on Wednesday. I think we're gonna try to do that live on Wednesday. That's our playthrough. A live playthrough is going to be with Legendary Encounters. Alien. That's going to be awesome. I think it'll be a lot of fun. Looking forward to more of your Machina Arcana videos. Daniel, I'll be getting them. If people are interested, Daniel did make a huge top, I think it was top 50 of his favorite dungeon crawls. Amazing. I don't even think I played 50 dungeon crawls, and he's got 50, and there's ones he didn't put on the list. But Machina Arcana made his list. I was pretty excited about that. I think he made number 5. Number 5 was a cool one, so that's the deal. Oh, I just found the Dungeon Dives channel a few weeks ago. Hello, yes, he's fantastic. Check him out. Daniel Dungeon Dive. I discovered Dungeon Dive a couple of years ago when I was looking for the Hunters 80 2014 during the last Kickstarter. Oh yes. Good news about that game. Maybe it may be coming to here sometime soon. I hope. Where I was talking to Colin about that. We might be working on that one again sometime soon. We'll see. We've got so many games we really want to get to, but I know that's on our list of games to play. And once we play it, we might play it on the channel and do fun stuff like that. That'll be really cool. Let's see. We're putting some more of this rust. So I'm painting rust on these miniatures, and it's really fun. Really have a fun time doing this rust. This is really fun. Machina Arcana is so good. Your plays are awesome. Well, thank you very much, Daniel. I appreciate it. It is. It's one of my favorites. It's and the creators of that game are such fun dudes. They're really. I haven't actually met them, but the encounters I've had with them through like emails and posts and things like that has been just awesome. They seem really fun. They're a really fun group. Anyway, we're gonna keep on going here. So this is what I'm doing. I'm painting this rust stuff on here, and it's really, really fun. Like I said. We're making all these. I'm working on Bloodborne now. Like I was telling some of these people, everybody else that's been here for a while, I kind of got back into the Bloodborne, the board game, because I've been playing a lot of Elden Ring. And so I've been kind of really back into this brutal, I like to lose all the time atmosphere of games. So I thought, why not get back into Bloodborne, the board game, and lose a couple times to that, too. That was my plan. I figured, why not, huh? My copy of Machina Arcana finally arrived. I'm reading the rulebook now, and hopefully we'll get to test out this weekend. Yes, and please read the rules. Check out any FAQs. There's a lot going on in that game, and it's a really, really, really fun game. I really love that game. It's so much fun. It's when you get a chance to play it, you'll tell me how it goes. And I will tell you right now, as you play that game, you might get a couple things wrong rule-wise, but you know what? Like I've always said to everybody when it comes to playing games, whether you get the rules right or wrong, the most important thing when it comes to playing a board game is, did you have fun? That's all it is. You have to have fun. That's the deal. If you don't have fun, it might not have been the board game for you. I have fun playing all board games. I think that's one of my problems. I like all the board games. I ended up buying a handful of games as a result of watching my... Well, I hope you enjoyed them all, Chris. They're lots of fun. It's a hard game to learn. Watch Baron's videos to help. Thank you. Yes. Colin also did one as well. He did a very good job as well over the One Stop Co-op Shop. He also did a great one. But thank you, Daniel. Yes, I did a couple of them. I even did a live one. And please, when you do watch any of the videos I did, I know in the pinned comments there's sections on some of the stuff I may have gotten wrong. So I made sure to put them in pinned comments so that people can see that and read that, so that they can not only learn from watching me, but also learn from my mistakes, because I make them. That's the way it goes. I just picked up someone's Machina Arcana pledge today on the secondary market with both expansions. So stoked to get it to the table. Yes, that'll be super fun. Super fun. You were inspired by my videos. Well, thank you so much. That's awesome. Would you ever stream Elden Ring? I love that game. That's a question right there. Wow. Okay. I don't know if you want to watch my Elden Ring play. Not because I'm bad at the game, but I'm not a fan of losing at the game, so I made sure to kind of start powering my character up more than I probably should have. And so I basically ran around, killed things over and over again. I don't know how fun it is to watch me kill the same thing over and over and over and over and over again just to get experience points. Or, sorry, runes, I think is what they call them. And then power my guy up. So I thought about doing video games at one time, but I think I want to just keep it board games. Maybe down the line, maybe I'll start a video game channel and then be a separate thing, but I haven't really gone to that aspect yet. That's the deal. I'm fully expecting to die. That you will. Machina Arcana will kill you. It will kill you. Last time I played, I died because I was starting to not think well. I chose poor tactics. Sadly, if my chat was playing, they would have won. I did not win because I did bad tactics. I have also enjoyed them all. Yes. I'm glad you have. All right. Let's continue on here. We're working on our guy here. Okay. We're getting close. We're getting close. I just got a couple left here. A couple little more left here to get this rust on. Once the rust is on, this is the hardest part of the whole deal here. And I shouldn't say hardest part. It's not really that hard. It's just this is the part that's going to take the longest. Is to get all this rust on. So it's just this dry brush paint. We're painting right over the top of this corrosive stuff, which is pretty sweet. And this dry brush paint is pretty sweet. The thing about a dry brush, again, is also I have not put this in the water since I've started using it, so it really is collecting this paint and keeping it on there. You don't want to, if you get a dry brush wet, you have to make sure it's super dry before you stick it back into these paints. Otherwise, you're going to just get the paints, it's just going to be wet, and then it's not going to be a, quote, dry brush anymore. Pretty good there, huh? I'm pretty awesome. You got great explanations. See, that's so good. I explain things super well sometimes. But we're going to get this dry brush done. Once we're going to get done with that, then I have to see what we're going to do. We got the boots left to do and stuff. I have to do all the boots. That's the deal. All right, good. That's good. Get over here. Now, I'm not really dry brushing onto this. I mean, and even if I hit it, it's not the end of the world. But I'm trying to just get the sides, because we're going to go over a lot of this with gray after we're done with the dry brush, because I failed miserably and hit a lot of the inside of this lantern, which is too bad. Oh, now look at this. I hit this cape. That's fantastic. I don't think I'm going to get that off. I'll use my finger and try to wipe it off. There we go. It worked. All right. See, when in doubt, lick your finger and get the paint off. There you go. That worked. Woofda! A little worried about that for a second there. Just going to get in there a little bit. I'm probably getting his hand. Yes, I am. That's okay. There we go. Perfect. That's fantastic. There's one thing I've learned in the past couple of years since getting into board games is that Barrett is bad for my wallet. He makes me want to buy every game he plays. That's awesome. Oh, that can't be all bad. It's bad when a Kickstarter shows up. My wife always says, "Hey, wait a minute. When did you back that?" I'm like, "Oh, a long time ago." No, I'm sure you didn't back it a long time ago. So, yeah, that's kind of our ongoing joke. I said, "Oh, I backed it a long time ago." Oh, too fun. Baron is absolutely the reason I picked up Folklore the Affliction. I hope you've enjoyed Folklore the Affliction. That is one of my favorites. My wife and I actually really enjoyed that one. We've played quite a bit of it. But I haven't. I know that's another one I should probably get back to. So many campaign games I need to get back to. I need to get back to Shadows of Brimstone. I need to get back to Folklore. And the thing is, I still have all of it packed up from where we last played. So I think the last time, let's say I played Shadows of Brimstone, the Forbidden Fortress, let's say I played that 4 months ago. I still have everything from that in like a bag, so that I know when we get back to that game, that is what I have, and that is where we are, which is pretty fun. Not only that, I can watch my video and make sure I got everything in the right spot. It's one of the advantages of recording stuff. All right, let's see here. Where are we on this? Oh, we're done with the dry brushing of that. I am going to wet the brush and get all that orange off of it. I'm going to get all that orange off it, but I'm going to take this thing and I'm just digging into this towel and just really getting this thing dry. It doesn't really matter, because that way when it's all dry, and even if I'm rubbing on my hand like that, not a big deal, because it's a dry brush. It's supposed to not have a point. It's not supposed to look fantastic. I just want to make sure that all that rust is off of there. Too many games, too few hours. That is the quote of the day right there. Especially when you're talking about campaign games and dungeon dives and all this stuff. Oh my gosh. Never enough time. Never enough time. Never enough time. We've got our guys. Here's one of the guys right here. Pretty close. All we have to do is the boots. I think we're going to be good here. That's going to be the deal. Now remember, I put this guy over here because we need to repaint him. I screwed him up really bad. So we put the gray sear next to him so we can paint him. Yes, I really enjoyed it. It's just a matter of scheduling right now with my gaming group. April is a hectic month. Yes. I have a few gaming groups, probably more than I should, that I play with. I try to get together with Colin at least once every week or two. We usually play a game together. We're working on Fireteam Zero right now. We're playing through the second set of missions, which is really cool because we've totally switched the characters that we're playing, and I'm taking one of the characters he played with completely down a different path, and it's super cool. If you haven't seen Fireteam Zero, go check out Colin's playthrough on One Stop Co-op Shop. He did a fantastic job. It's great dungeon crawler. Super quick, super fast, super fun. It's another one of those brutal games, though. It can really get you real bad if you're really unlucky. Then I have a group that comes over on Friday. We played Arcadia Quest last time and found out that we don't want to play that again. We just played a ton back when we first started, but sadly, if dice go badly in that game for you, it kind of go down a downward spiral, and it's really tough to get back into the game as other people are like slowly getting the missions done, and all of a sudden you're sitting with one heart and they kind of kill you. It's a semi-cooperative game. It's how it goes. So then Saturday is my Dungeons & Dragons group. That's usually my gaming. And then, of course, during the afternoons and the evenings, we all kind of do some family games together, which is really a lot of fun. Scheduling is always problematic. After 6 months of trying, me and some friends were finally able to start Pandemic Legacy today. That's awesome. That is actually the game that I'm playing with Colin and his wife, and his friend Brent. Monica and Brent are also playing that with us. We played all the way through Season 1, and we're 2/3 way through Season 2, and we're done that. We're going to go to Season 0. So we're playing all of them in a row. We've been playing them for almost over a year, I think, is what we've been playing. It's been pretty cool. Which one was that? Yeah, which one? Doing 1, 2, or 0? That is going to be the question. Let us continue our painting with some Gray Zero Gray so we can touch up all the fails that I've made. I'll grab our little paintbrush here, put some of the Gray Zero Gray on it, and we got to paint. Where did I really make a mistake? Here, check this out. Super bad mistake. Look at all that typhus right there. Let's get rid of the typhus. Paint that over it like that. There we go. Good enough. Roll dot. There we go. Okay. The rest of this I'm not too worried about. Okay, that one looks good. Let's check out this one. See if there's anything on there. This is a little big over here. Let's calm this down a little bit. There we go. Calming that down a little bit. I think that'll be good. That one's good. Let's check this one out. This one's got a little bit up on top here when I hit. Except I ran out of paint. I ran out of paint. Let's see here. Well, I don't see where it was. It was right here. There we go. Okay. Good. Yeah, I'm good. That's good. I'm good with those. Let's see about this guy. This guy need any help? Oh my gosh, this guy's like glorious. Yeah, if he's glorious, make sure I touch him so I screw it all up, right? That'd be awesome. All right, that guy's good. We're done. Those guys are done. All right. Well, at least I shouldn't say that. The touch-ups are done. Touch-ups are done. Put the touch-up paint away. Let's get our gold back out here because I missed the top of that guy's cane. That's out of control. Look at this, just hanging out here. Totally forgot to paint this. Paint it round and round. And, yeah, so I'm excited to get back to Bloodborne. This is going to be super fun. And I'm going to be doing an expansion scenario that I've got back there. I've got all of it. So why not play some of it, right? I was thinking about doing it live, but it's a big game, and I might do it live, but I might do it as my Monday game. So if I can get this painted up, I can maybe get this to the table next Monday. Well, I think will be my plan for this. We can get it to the table next Monday. We might not get all the way through it, but whatever we do, I can. The cool thing is, this game does have a really cool save feature. So once you're finished with one of the chapters, it's usually a 3 campaign mission. So when you're done with each one of them, you can pack it all up and bring it back out the next time. So we can maybe do this over a couple days or a couple weeks or not months, but a couple times over the course of a week or two or something. We'll see how it all goes. Last game you mentioned is not going well. Season 1. Good. Glad you're doing Season 1. That's fantastic. Nice. Pandemic Legacy is quite fun, even though we ended up with the worst ending. Oh, that's too bad. And of course, Ned, you can't spoil Legacy games, but the worst ending, that's no good. That's too bad for you. But I did not. We did pretty well. We made it. We made it through. We made it through the game. It was pretty fun. That was a good fun. Good experience. I've played some other Legacy games. The other Legacy game I played was which one is it? I've got it up here. It's Betrayal Legacy. I played a little bit of that. I tried that with my gaming group, same one we do on Fridays. And it didn't go well. I think one of the problems is we hadn't played enough of the original game. We just jumped straight into the Legacy game. So having that book and not really getting the concept or the ideas of what the Betrayer was a little bit tough for the group. And it was tough for me too, because I really didn't know how to... Because it's super hard to explain that game. Because when you're reading the book of secrets or whatever, like, okay, you're now become like... if anybody's ever played this game, you're working kind of together, but then eventually one person breaks off and it's kind of becomes the bad guy. And that person then has an objective, and the other 3 have an objective as well. Or the other players in the game have an objective. I happen to be playing with 4. The problem is if you don't exactly understand your objective and you're the one that by yourself, and then, like, for example, in this one, he's like, I don't get it. And I go, well, why don't you let me at least look a little bit and see? He's like, so what am I supposed to do about these? And we're like, oh, you're the one who has those. Well, that's what we knew. So, like, now we knew exactly what to be doing and how to do things. And so it's really a tough game unless you've, I think, played the original enough to know what you're doing. But sadly, that is in my probably not going back to pile again, which is sad because it had a lot of potential. Betrayal Legacy. It's up there. I love Chapter 3 setup of Bloodborne. I have to look at Chapter 3. I haven't played Chapter 3. No, Chapter 3, I think is the one I did. Is that the one I did? I don't remember. I did one of them. Colin and I played one of the chapters. I don't remember which one we played. But it was really fun. We had a really good time playing it. And we had the one with the Scourge Beast that kind of jumped all... It had like the blood like thing or something that kind of went over him. And he was like this... It was just like this big... They're all creatures with blood all over them. What am I talking about? Read that. I love the Chapter 3 setup of Bloodborne. Am I missing something? What am I missing, T. Clark? What am I missing? Love the 3 chapters. Oh! Chapter 3. 3 chapters. Ah! Yeah, I should... Did I mention I'm not an English major on this one? Yeah. You love the 3... Yes, I do too. It does keep the game quick, and... It doesn't keep it quick, but you're not doing a huge campaign. But you have the ability to play all these different ones. They're not linked, but it is cool. You're right. I do like that because it keeps it kind of short and fun and sweet. It's really sweet. Sweet? It is sweet. Let's go back to painting before I stumble over more words. All right, we have to do the cape, or not the cape, we need my snakebite leather. Where is my snakebite leather? Woo, I can't find my snakebite leather. It's one of my favorite paints. Where is it? This is Skeletal Horde. Gray. Snakebite leather. There it is. Ah, ha, ha, ha. You couldn't get too far from me. All right. Let's go back down here. I have to put the cape on the bell. 3 chapters is just the right number. You are correct. It is just the right number. And it really keeps it fun. Because you do get your guy gets powerful enough by those 3 chapters to really feel like you're doing something. And that's hard to do in some games sometime. But I do notice that a lot of other games are kind of getting to that, which is kind of cool. Let's see here. Let's paint this. This is going to be tough because I don't want to hit that. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do this. I don't want to hit the overcoat, but when it comes to painting something like this, I want to use the side of my brush as opposed to the tip, because you could slip off really easy where the side doesn't really slip off, more or less. I'm getting closer down here. It doesn't matter because this is a darker brown. If I paint over it with the gold, there we go. Oh, this is going to be tough. Oh my goodness. That creature with the blood on them. Yeah, that narrowed it down. Yep. Totally narrowed it down. I know, as soon as I was saying it, I was like, that's going to describe like 90% of the creatures. That's not going to help at all. Yeah, I don't know if I'm going to get this without making a mistake. Well, if I make a mistake, it's not the end of the world. Okay. Especially up and around under this hat. Oh my gosh, you gotta be kidding me. Why couldn't you have worn this inside your cloak? Come on, man. Inside the cloak. Alright, so we're almost there. Almost down and around. Oh, I hit the thing. I think, oh boy. Alright, I'm making a mess. I think we'll be okay. I think we're okay. We're going to leave it. It's going to be just fine. You know, if all else fails, we just get some more Nuln oil on it. That's the deal. There we go. Yeah, I think it'll be okay. I'm okay with it. We're good. On the next one. When I finally start painting minions, the first one I want to paint is the Blood-Starved Beast. I think that'll be a blast paint. That, I think, is the one I played against. I think that is the one I played against, the Blood-Starved Beast. He had like this shroud that kind of went over him that I painted all red. And then he was like a spindly looking guy. That was the one I think I played against. And he was really fun. He moved all around. He actually made me sad a lot of the times because I was always attacking with a slow attack, and his like ability would make him move around the board, and there'd be nothing there when I attacked. Oh my god, oh no, he ran away. Oh, that was an awesome fight. That was an awesome fight. We barely made it. We made it through that one. It was really cool. Alright, more of the snakebite leather on the chain here. Let's see if I can get it without hitting the cloak. Doing better on this one. Sometimes I'm painting blind. I can't even see where I'm painting. And a lot of that, just if you're doing that, that's just going to be something you're going to get used to doing. That's the deal. Let's see here. I think I got it. Yeah, look at that. It's not too bad. See, we got it right up around his neck there. Looking pretty good. That's pretty good. I'm going to kind of get inside here a little bit with this cord. There we go. Boom. He's done on that too. See, we're assembly line painting these things. That shroud isn't a shroud. It's skin flayed from its back. Well, that makes it all the more Bloodborne-ish. For sure. Thought it was a shroud. Why wouldn't it be that? It would totally. Why shouldn't it be skin flayed from its back? Ugh, yuck. That's something. Oh wow. All right, we got 2 more of these guys to do as I think about that. All right, we have Nightmares Tonight. Thank you, T. Clark. I'm having Nightmares Tonight. You're the best. Again, getting these things all painted up. I do know there's one mission in this game I'm never playing, and that was this one. One of the packs comes with this huge giant spider. I'm not playing that one. I'm deathly afraid of bugs. So we're gonna stay away from that one. Yeah, thanks, T. Clark. You're the best. I can count on you. All right. Starting to come together here. You have 4 minis painted in this little romp. This little romp. I have no idea where I'm painting. I can't even see it. I'm just painting it. Okay. I think we're done there. With that one, I got one left. Then we're going to paint the boots. Then I'm going to dry brush some white, and I'm going to dry brush some brown on this thing. I think that'll be cool. I want to get right down, and I'm painting this rope. But since we didn't put a ton of Nuln Oil on here, there's a chance I could hit the mini. And I'm trying to keep them in focus for everybody here. We'll see how this goes. Oopsie, failed miserably there. It's okay. Can't see in there. If I can't see, I'm hoping others can't see as well. That's my theory. Like my theory? I like my theory. There you go. Okay. Those are all done. Okay. These are all at the same point right now. Here's what we have left to do. We have to put some yellow in here. I think I'm just going to put yellow in here and call it a day. I don't think I'm going to do anything spectacular there. This, I think I might keep that gray. But I'm going to paint these, that same brown I'm painting this. That's our plan. The boots are going to be painted that, but I think I'm going to Nuln Oil this thing. That's the deal. Do you usually match the game art colors when you paint, or do you like to do your own color scheme? That is a fantastic question, Morgan. Normally when I do paint, I do try to stick with what the picture is. So for these, I've got like my pictures right here I'm using, and I also had a couple from the internet itself, but sadly my phone is super dead right now, so I don't have the pictures anymore. So we're just going to put that over there. It's a good spot for that. Normally, yes. That's my goal. Sometimes I go outside the box, but very, very rarely. The ones I usually get the freedom to do is like stuff like when I'm actually painting like a custom, like I painted my wife's D&D character the other day. She already showed me what she wanted to look like, but if she didn't, I'd paint it however I want. Or I'd look for something that had like a cool scheme. I'm not great at thinking of great schemes. I just like to paint what I see there, and it gives me good ideas. And I even look for online some neat ideas for miniatures that people have already done. So let's see here. We're gonna go. I'm gonna paint the black first. No, I'm gonna do the Nuln Oil first. I'm gonna do that first. So we're gonna paint the same thing with some Nuln Oil down at the bottom here. That's the deal. I didn't realize that was gonna be part of the deal until we look at it now. So I'm gonna paint just this part down here with Nuln Oil. And again, if I go over this, anything else, it's not a big deal because I'm gonna come over to it with. Well, I don't want to paint that though, so we're going to get that off of there. Because we're going to come with that brown again on hull here, and it'll paint right over this. This is going to be real quick. Alright, get the next one. Actually, I don't even think there is much of it over here. Is there even any? No. Maybe like this. I can probably get underneath. So I think like underneath in here I'll get a little bit, but... There you go. Again, under the miniature, I don't really care. There you go. Next one. So really all I have to do is paint that one leg that sticks out here. So let's just get that one leg painted. There you go. Around and around we go. Where we stop, nobody knows. There you go. Done. Next one. You. Again, don't care if I hit the boot. Paint right over that in just a second. One more. And I'm not even going to wait for this to dry. I'm just going to paint that boot. Don't care. And I'm not going to care if I hit the base, because the base is going to be painted over as well once we get all done here. 4 of those are done. Let's go with Wildwood. Wildwood right here. Wildwood is also known as boot color. This is my boot color. I use it for all boots and shoes, just because it's super easy to put on there and you don't really have to do too much. And also, I use it because if I start doing stuff with the base and I hit it, sorry, It's not that big a deal because it's such a dark color. That doesn't really matter. So we're going to go almost all the way up here. There we go. And I'm planning to paint this base with something, so I'm not too worried about if I hit it with the boot color. I think we're going to use another textured paint on these. I think those are really cool. I used one the other day on my Madara miniature. I'll show you right there. Here it is. Where'd he go? He's here. Here he is. Remember this guy? We used the textured paint from Games Workshop for his base, which was pretty fun. There's a little bit here. We're over like that. Look at that. That worked out pretty good. Just like that. There you go. It's a pretty cool color. I like those textured bases. I mean, I could always just use the sand like we did on... I used it on one of the guys. I'll look for it in a second. But... Here we go. Get all that on here. Now, I do want to be careful not to hit the staff. That's not what we want to turn brown. I want to keep it that rusty color because it looks really cool. There you go. That guy's done. Next. See how quick this goes? Put the paint on the brush and put it on the boot. There we go. We're getting that boot. Come around. Come around. Blind paint there. It's okay. I need where I was planning to go. Paint done. Boot done. Boot one done. The next paint. Paintbrush, do not fall on the ground. It's not my secret. My secrets are not drop the paintbrush either. Just the miniatures. Again, don't hit the staff. Hit the ground, don't matter. There you go. Is that boot done or did I miss back here? Nope, boot's done. That guy's done. Next. I want to get my point back. So we're going to put it in the water, I rub it on my little thing here to get my point, just like that. And now I go back to the paint. Next boot, this one. Flip it around. So hopefully this is helping people. What I'm basically showing off tonight was the fact that you can get multiple minis done at the same time if you have a plan as to what you want to do with them, and then just going from paint to paint to paint instead of painting each one individually. If you have a set of 4 like I do, it's super easy to just find the paint you want to do for one part, then move on and just keep doing it for each one of these. It's my assembly line painting. Now, of course, I used to do assembly line painting with, oh my gosh, when I used to play my Orc Goblin army for Warhammer. Ugh, I think I have 100 Night Goblins. Ugh, talk about assembly line painting. That's monotony right there. You'll paint so many of those guys. And they're all the same. Well, they're not all, I mean, unless you don't want them to be the same, but if you're doing a assembly line painting, you might as well make them the same. So I had a whole ton of these Night Goblins I was painting. Ugh. Some people say that one of the greatest moments here, it's that whole saying about how one of the greatest moments you get is when you get your first Warhammer army, and the second best day of your life is when you sell it. Well, I didn't sell mine. I still got it. But I don't play it anymore. But I don't want to sell it because I spent so much time and effort painting the models. It's like one of the only hobbies. I guess board gaming for me is about the same. It's like one of the only hobbies you ever do where you spend more time on the hobby than you'll ever spend playing Warhammer. At least that was my take on it. And I even had a buddy that played quite a bit with me. But we always maybe get together once every couple weeks if we're lucky. And for how much time I spent painting those miniatures, oh my gosh, like a 2-hour battle, 3-hour battle with him wasn't enough. That was pretty amazing. All right, we're almost done. I got one more guy left here. Okay, I don't have a guy left. I have a fact that I went too fast and I missed this guy Boot. And that's what we got left to do here. Let's get the paint on it. There we go. Paint the boot. And then we're almost done here. 4 guys in a couple hours is not too bad, especially with chit-chatting. I love chit-chatting. It's the best part of the whole deal. So again, we're just painting in his boot. I am trying not to hit that staff. Don't care if I hit the base. And that's done. The boot's done. Done. Getting closer, getting closer. Got a couple things left. I'm just going to paint this yellow. I'm going to use this one. I'm not too worried about it. I think this will be just fine for a lantern. The cooler thing to be, some of the things I'm thinking my people's eyes are going to be drawn to is more the rusty stuff. I don't think they're going to be drawn to what this lantern looks like, so I'm not too worried. And it's probably going to blend in with this rust anyway. This, like, yeah, that's not, this, oh, actually it looks kind of cool. Wow, with that rust in there, it actually kind of looks like it's giving off a faint glow of some kind. That's pretty neat. Okay, I'm pretty impressed with that. Now, Barrett, you did a great job. Thanks. That's awesome. There we go. Put that right in there. Now, I know I said I might do some source lighting. Maybe I'll give it a shot. We'll see. We'll see what time it is when we get to that point. Next lantern. There we go. Go around here with this lantern. This lantern looks awesome. I'm going to show it to you when I'm all done here. Each one of them. Paint all four there. That one's done. Next, this one. Now I'm going to get new paint. I've probably still got enough on this brush. More. There we go. Oop, missed that down there. That's over here. Oofda. That looks awesome. Okay. Last lantern. Here we go. All right. Okay. So that was super cool. That was way better than I expected. Sometimes it's awesome when things just work out. Here's what our lantern looks like. Look how cool that lantern looks. Pretty excited about that. It's got the yellow in there. It's even got some orange kind of broken. Kind of reminds me of like having like broken filters in there and stuff. So I'm pretty excited about that. That worked out pretty well. Now we're gonna get some. Let's see here. Let's see if this works. All right. We're gonna try this. This is new territory for me. I'm gonna give it a little brown here. And I'm going to paint this brown kind of right on this metal here and just see what kind of... Oh, it looks pretty good. A little dust, dirty. Not super rusty, but just dirty enough. Just dirty enough brown. In there. There you go. That'll be good. Okay. We're going to do that on all of them. Because again, we want to make this kind of gritty and dirty. So I'm actually... What if I painted this whole thing like that? Oh, that kind of looks good. We're going to do that. This isn't a dirty... This isn't a brown wash. This is actually skeletal bone. I'm just painting over the top of the metal pieces. Again, make this kind of look dirty and yucky. So instead of this bright gold and metal, I'm just going to paint over the top of it like this with this was it skeletal bone here, skeletal horde. It's a contrast paint. One right over the top. Again, sometimes it's just experimenting and seeing how it works and seeing what you like. And that's the deal. I'm going to put a little bit more on this one. There we go. So it's still got a little bit of the glow, but it's not going to be. It's going to be a little muted. That's my goal here. Muted gold. There you go. Okay, so that's a little bit dirtier here. It's not as rusty as that, but you can still kind of see it's kind of metally in there. So I'm pretty excited about that. Okay, that worked pretty good. Okay, that was the tip of the day from Loquitur Gaming. Thank you. I like that tip. I'm going to use that more often. See? It's neat because the more people talk in the painting community, the more you learn. I learn stuff every day. I would have never thought of doing something like that, but I like that turn. That was pretty cool. So let's see what we have left to do. We're really close. We're really, really close. Now, I did say I wanted to dry brush some white over this so we can make it look a little bit whiter, but then I'm also going to dry brush some brown over the top of it. So we're going to start with white. Now, white is a really strong color when it comes to dry brushing. And the sad thing is, I never know if I get enough off of it because it's white. That's the deal. Do you think you could manage source lighting from the lantern by dry brushing a very pale yellow on that side of his body? Yes. Yes, I could. And we might try that. That might be the deal here. First, I want to see if I can get this... I want to kind of get this white on here first and see if it works. I think I still got some of that orange in there. Ugh, Still got some. Okay, we're going to use a different dry brush because that one's got orange on it. I'm not too worried about it. Since this is such a big part of it, I'm not too worried. I'm going to use a bigger brush. This is out of control brush. We're going to use this one instead because that's still got some of that orange on it, which I might use when I do the brown dry brush. Okay, hopefully this isn't too much. You always try to start really light with the dry brush first because I don't know how much I have on my brush. And you don't want to just get pockets of white. But I do want to dry brush this so I actually get some of the white on there. I'm just kind of coming around and getting all this. I want to really get these parts here. Check the white paint on your thumb. Yeah, you could. That's a great idea. But when I paint, I never get paint on myself. Why would I ever want to get paint on myself? Totally kidding. I get paint on myself all the time. But that is a fantastic idea. Try the white on your thumb, he says. Totally should do that. See, learn some new stuff all the time. Okay, a little more white on this. Try it on my thumb first. Well, that's a lot. Don't want that much. There we go. I think that should be good. Again, we're just kind of dry brushing over the top of some of this. Now, interestingly enough, I'm going to go over this again with, oh, I hit my lantern. That's no good. Well, maybe I'll hit it with the rust again. But I'm going to go over this again with the brown. Only the bottom, though. Only way to do it on the bottom. Also, I don't know how I'm going to do this cap. I'm just kind of a little bit in the cap. I don't think we're going to get a lot on here. I think we're going to be okay. I don't think I want a lot, but I don't want... I think we're going to... I don't even know if it's even worth doing. Is this really even worth doing? I don't know. What do you think? Is it worth doing this? To get this white on here like this? Maybe it is. Especially on these folds in the back, I think it looks pretty good. Yeah. I think we'll do it just on the folds. I'm not going to do it on the cape. That's pointless. I'm going to do it on the folds back here. I think that looks kind of cool. That was kind of out of control. That's okay. This is the dry brushing technique that I use. This is that bigger brush, so I have less control over this brush than I want. But that's okay. That'll be good. That one's done. Next. So yeah, I'm just taking and trying to wipe it off on here. Like I said, you can try it in your hand. That looks pretty good. Alright, let's see where this goes. There we go. Perfect. Look at that. Boom, boom, boom. Just right around this thing real quick. Dry brushing with those super easy things you can do real fast to make a miniature, certain parts of a miniature stand out. Like we want just, and I'm actually hitting it really hard. You don't have to, if you have enough paint on the brush, you don't have to hit it really hard. This just happens to be where I am right now. Let's see a little more in here. There's that off. I managed to hit the cane. That's awesome. There you go. Okay. I want it on here. There we go. Looks pretty good. Looks pretty good. I think I want a little more on here if I can get up there. There you go. Looks pretty good. Okay. One more. Last one. So here, just so you can see the difference, because sometimes it doesn't even look like there's much of a difference, but there will be a little bit of a difference when I get this all done. So there's the one that's not, and there's one that is. Hopefully you can see a difference. If you can't, then I have failed miserably. When it comes to dry brushing too, you can go back and forth if you want. Some people just go one way. I go back and forth. I go one way. I go all over the place. I have no really set motion in how I do this. Just so paint gets on the miniature. That's all that really matters. Alright, well, good news. I'm out of white. And that's okay because I'm done with this. There we go, right around there. Ring around the rosy. Got his hand, not a big deal. Okay, that's done. Now comes the cool part. Okay, now we're going to use... I got to think. Okay, what we're doing now is I am going to make the bottom of this cloak look super grody and just grody yucky. All this right in here. That's the deal. It's amazing what a base coats, washing, and dry brushing can do for me. That is exactly right. That is my slap and drop approach, in case you've never heard it before. My slap and drop approach is base coats, wash, dry brushing. If needed, drop it on the table. Slop and drop. That's the deal. Slop and drop. So we have, and now with the technical paints and stuff, or not technicals, but the speed paints and the contrast paints, I can slop on the paint and just drop it on the table most of the time. I usually don't even need to do some dry brushing. Most of the time it works out just fine. Also, we're going to maybe use some of this. I think I might try this. We'll see how that goes. Because I don't want like a bright yellow. I think I want this. We're going to try this. Okay, that was the worst place to put it, on the actual paper towel I'm going to use. We're going to try this. We'll see how this goes. This could be the worst plan ever. And if it is, oh well. That's just what's going to happen. We're going to try something. We're going to try to do this source lighting thing a little bit. I think we're going to do a little bit of green right in here. See if we can get this green to kind of show up here. Yeah, it kind of works. There, does that look okay, you think? A little bit of green over there on the side there. I'm going to put a little bit over on his bell, too. Can't really see it too well on the bell. Actually, I think that's even worse than the bell. But oh well. Yeah, I think I do like that. We're going to do that on all of them. I like that. Okay, I like that. That's the deal. Experimentation time. Yep, here we go. Experimentation time. This is the deal. We're trying this. This one's for you. Here we go. Oh, that was horrible. Oh, I hit a red spot on the paper towel. I think I can still manage here. Here we go. All right. A little more of that green on there. There we go. Yeah, I'll be good. So we're kind of getting just right in on the cloak here. To try to get this kind of source lighting thing going on here. Not really a big fan of it. I don't really do it very often. I've only done it one other time. That was on my Darth Vader. Give my Jedi Sith Lord some red on his thing. There we go. One more. Let's get a little more paint on this thing. There we go. Let's see how it goes here. Ryan, nice to see you here. Ryan has joined us. Thank you, Ryan, for coming on. We are painting up some Bloodborne miniatures. I am doing a assembly line painting work here. We're doing assembly line painting. That's what we're doing here. We're getting our miniatures painted. I've been getting back in. I decided to get back into Bloodborne because I've been playing a lot of Elden Ring. So we're getting back into Bloodborne here. So that's what we're working on. Thank you for joining. Thank you for joining. That light source looks pretty good. Thank you. Thank you. Yep. Didn't do too bad there. So we got some source lighting on these a little bit, and I tried to give it a shot here. So we got a little green on the thing there. Kind of looks like he's standing there, and if you turn him, he's kind of got a little green coming off that lantern. So we'll see how that goes. Now I want to get the brown. Okay, now we got to get brown. I got to get good brown, good brown. What brown am I going to use? Oh boy, I got so many browns here. I don't know which brown to grab. Browns. Okay. I think, should we start with this desert yellow, or should I start with fur brown? We're going to start with desert yellow first. I think we're going to go up. That's the deal. I just remembered, Barrett, just dirty enough. Reminds me of that's hilarious. Thank you, Dan. Thank you. Good to see you. Good to see Dan is here. All right. Let's see here. I am going to grab some of this dirty brown or this yellow. Now, I need another paper towel is what I need. Let's see here. Where do my paper towels go? Oh, there they are. Always have a stash of paper towels on you when you are painting your miniatures, because you're always going to need paper towels. Because this one is the one I was using for all this stuff, and it's done now. That one goes away. Threw it on the ground. We're going to use this, but this time I'm going to load up the brush with my dry brush this time. I'm going to load it up real good. I'm still going to take some of it off of here, but I really want this to be thick on here as I dry brush this on. I'm just going to kind of go around the miniature a little bit and stick this on here. So I really want this to kind of go on this thing, just like this. I want it to go up quite a bit here on this. Just like that. There we go. All the way up a little bit there. There, that should be good. Okay, that one's good. Next, this one. Same thing. I want to get some dry, but I want more now. Okay, I need more. I need more. More, I say. Almost the point where I'm turning the gray into this color. I'm doing all this. Okay, okay, that's a little bit too much. Okay, not too much. There we go. That's good. Oh, that's good. Perfect. Just like that. There we go. But see, I want to kind of blend it up into the gray. So I want it to not fully... There we go. This is going to be good. There we go. So it's kind of right up... It's riding up into the gray, but it's still really darker down at the bottom. That's the deal. That's what I want. I got it twice now. Now we got to do it 2 more times. 2 more times here. First, we're going to get some of that off there. We're going to start at the bottom, where we're going to have the thickest amount of our paint. The thickest amount is down at the bottom. So I'm going to start there all the way around the mini. And then after we get to the point where we got all of it down to the bottom, now we can kind of work our way up a little bit, but there should be less paint on that brush. So as the dirt is going up, it's less. Does that make sense? That's the plan here. That's what we're going for. Of course, that folds a little funny, but that's okay. There we go. I think we're doing okay. There we go. Again, we got a pretty good amount of brown. Maybe a little bit more in here. A little more going up, maybe. There we go. Okay, that one's done. Next, last one. Here we go. Again, thicker parts on the bottom here. Might not have enough. Yeah, I got too aggressive on getting rid of it. There we go. A lot of it on the bottom. Just like that. And then as it gets less, we can start going up the miniature here. There we go. That looks pretty good. We're not done yet. Not done yet. I'm going to take some oak brown now. We're going to take this oak brown. This might be a little bit too dark. We'll see how this goes here. Yeah, it's going to be too dark. I don't like that. We're going to go with leather brown. That's what we're going to go with. And I'm not even going to deal with what's on this paintbrush. I'm just going to leave it there. Totally fine with it. We're just going to put some more of this dark brown on. This darker brown. Look at that. This is way better brown. Okay. This is going to be our mud brown. Now, for this one, I just want to hit the bottom parts here to make it kind of really kind of look like that's the muddy parts. Really stick to the bottom of it. So it kind of looks like it's creeping up. It's really been brown down there. There we go. Yeah, that looks really good. So we got that brown kind of coming up into that. Let's get the next guy. Again, just hitting the bottom parts of this. Really good. If I hit the boot, doesn't matter, because the boot's darker. See? So I paint the boot super dark. Get some more of that paint on there. That looks really good. Okay. There. There we go. Got another one done. Like it. Let's grab the next one. Okay. Again, we're just going to hit the bottom parts here first. Ooh, that's a lot. That's fine. Grab some of that paint and move it around. Just the bottom. Well, since they're a little bit thicker there, we kind of got a little bit out of control at the beginning. That's okay. I think it'll still look okay. There we go. Okay. That one's done. Oh, I don't like how that's blending. Let's blend a little bit better there. So we don't just want it to be a straight brown. We want it to have a little bit of, like, you can see the other one in there. And, you know, that's okay. We're going to go with one more here. We got one more left to do. Okay. Let's get a little more brown on there. Thick brown on the bottom. Here we go. We're getting there. Again, there we go. Just like that. Okay. There we go. We got the brown on there. That's fantastic. Now, we're not done yet. Nope, we're not done yet. We're putting in some of this crimson chaotic red next. That's going to be the plan. Now, all we're going to do with this is we are going to get ever so little amounts on our brush here. So I'm going to get so much of this off. And all I want to do is just touch it. Just freckle it in. I'm just pinging it every once in a while. I'm not dry brushing it, just pinging it right in there. So there we go. Now I've got it just like I want it. So it kind of looks like it's got a little bit of the blood kind of from where he's walked. I'll give him maybe ping a little bit of red in here. That's not going to show up. But that way it looks like he's kind of been walking around throughout the world. There we go. And the same thing on this one. See if there's any red left. Just speckling. Not quite. Let's see if we can get a little more in there. Speckle, speckle. Dry pinging. Yep, exactly. There we go. Let's get some more paint on the brush, but I want to almost all of it off. There we go. Let's see. We're just going to freckle it. There we go. Oh, can't see. Sorry. There we go. That looks pretty good. Pretty excited by that. That looks pretty good. Well, this guy turned out pretty good for being minions. I'm just stabbing the miniature with my paintbrush. There we go. Alright. I think that's it. Let's take a look. Boom. We got it. This is pretty much what they all look like now. I don't like that guy. I gotta fix that guy. I'm going to hit him with... how am I going to do this? I don't want to do this type of curving. Okay, we're just going to hit it with this. That's the deal. Oh, with the dry brush, we're just going to paint it on there. That's be okay. I don't like that this thing got all white here. There we go. Okay. Now let's see. Let's see if they're up to snuff. That's the deal. Here's a miniature. He's fully done. Okay. We got this guy. I think he looks pretty good. I think we did a pretty good job on him. I didn't do anything with the face or anything. I don't need to. I think that looks fantastic. We got this guy, same deal here. Again, I know all this almost seems like one color going straight down this. You know what? I could put some silver buttons in there. Silver buttons. I think we're going to be okay with it, just like that. I think there's other things this miniature that stand out that I don't need to make the buttons stand out. I think they're all going to look like that. They all look awesome. We got all 4 of these guys done. All 4 are done. How about that? 4 minis done. How long did it take us? Took us about an hour and, 2.5 hours to get 4 guys done with some chatting in there. So it probably would have taken me maybe about 2 hours to get them all done if I wanted to. Not too bad. Boom. That's 4. Now the problem is I got to do these 4 still. I got 4 of these guys to do. And on top of that, I still got 4 of these guys to do down the line here as well. I got to get these guys done. And those are going to be what we're going to be playing against. I made sure to check it. So when I went to see what we're going to do, I went and checked the card. And it says that we have to have celestial enemies, church giant, and church servants. So we got the servants done. I just need the giants and the emissary. That's the deal. And then this is the card from the very first episode of the very first chapter of the campaign, which is cool that they tell you that. I was thinking about doing one, but they had like a lot of that random stuff, and I don't have a lot of the miniatures painted for that game, which is one of the reasons I'm doing this, because I want to get more miniatures painted for this game, because the game is super fun. I don't know why I haven't played it more. I really should play it more. Maybe I'll do a live play of that too. Well, I'm going to do a live play of that. What am I talking about? I'm going to do a live play of that on Monday next week, maybe. That's our plan. Thank you. Thank you. Dry dipping. Yep, nice. Thank you. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Those guys, big guys, are going to be sweet. Yes, those are guys. These guys are going to be super fun. Maybe I'll even paint these guys before we do our playthrough on Monday. Maybe I'll do these guys on Sunday, so they'll be all set for us on Monday. That'll be the deal. You guys does everybody want to see that? Should I save these guys for Monday or Sunday next week? Or should I paint something different? I could get these done over the week otherwise. We'll see. See what you guys think. See what everybody thinks. If you want me to paint them on camera, I can totally do it. Because we still have to paint these guys as well. These are the other things we have to paint. We have to paint up our 2 guys we're going to play with. These are the two heroes. Hunters. T. Clark wants to see me paint them on Sunday. Alright. That's one person. Sadly, T. Clark does not speak for all. Maybe he does. Maybe he does speak for all. He could speak for all. I'm not sure. But because I also got these guys. I could paint these guys up on Sunday, too. These are going to be super easy. I don't know how I'm going to make them look like they're supposed to. But here's the Celestial Emissaries. They're not going to be glowing like people want. These are another guys we have to paint up. They're these guys. I actually tested out a color on them. And I think that's the color I'm going to use. But, I mean, this is going to be super easy. I'm going to probably paint all of them that color. And then just dry brush white over the top of this thing here. And that's really going to be it, because I don't have any way to make them glow or anything. So I think they're just going to do that. That's going to be my plan on those guys. I can get those done in, like, seconds. This will be one color. But these church emissaries were super fun. I have to admit, Cool Mini or not, just make some awesome minis that are fun to paint. That's for sure. Super, super fun. Big dudes are pretty awesome. Yes, they do look pretty sweet. They're going to be a lot of fun. Anyway, I think that's it. I think we have managed to make it to the end of the stream. I am the Lorax, and I speak for the trees. The trees wish to see it painted on Sunday, too. All right, that's... I can't argue that. I will say my goal. We'll see how it works. My goal will be to do those on Sunday. Then next week, I'll put a thing up for them. And that's gonna be my deal here. Paint the emissary minis with fluorescent paint and put the black light over the table so they can glow. Yep, I'll get right on that. I've got that. That's my back pocket. I have that paint. Let me see. I'll share where that paint is. It's right over, not here. But maybe I should buy some. That'd be pretty cool. Oh, maybe I should buy some. Anyway, that's it. We were able to do this. Good night, Morgan. Thank you, Morgan Knight. Thank you for joining. It was amazing to see you here. That's it. That is our speed painting of the church emissaries. I don't know how, or church servants. Sorry, I don't know how speed painting it was, but we were able to get through it. And I had a great time doing it. I always have a fun time painting these miniatures as long as you're all with me. It's a super, super fun. And it's awesome to see the Loraxes here. This is true. Thanks, Brady, for the fun. You're welcome, Dan. Thank you all again for joining. We will be coming back hopefully next Sunday. I'm kind of making this a regular Sunday deal, and that's really fun. So, thank you so much. If you're excited to see Bloodborne on the table next Monday, that is going to be the plan. Otherwise, this Wednesday, I'm going to be doing a live play of Legendary Encounter Aliens. Alien, one of the two, maybe Alien 3, maybe even Alien Resurrection. We'll see. Whichever one I decide to play. And then from then on, and I also have the Nemesis campaign coming very soon. That is going to be one I'm recording, though, because I want to really make it, everybody will see everything going on. It's going to be really, really fun. It's going to be awesome. I really enjoy these painting streams. Thank you. I'm glad you do. I enjoy doing these. It's been great. Good night, everyone. Good night to see you. Thank you so much for joining. That is it. If you're excited to see more painting on Sunday, then I need you to meet me at the painting table. Yes, that'd be awesome. And don't forget, we got some awesome stuff coming up, so please check out those comments. They'll pop up. So, see, I should have just stopped at what I said. Painting table, it would have been a better ending. Oh, there we go. All right. Take care, everybody. Thank you all for being here. It's so much fun. Thank you so much.